It's like I said, schooling your ass, schooling my ass, because my ass needs some education. Like, for real, for real. Oh my God, help me, guys. It's just a nasty, nasty reality out here. Always whining and singing the blues about having all these responsibilities and these jobs and these kids and this and that, and the angry ass ex-wife, and one ball hangs lower than the other. It's like the slings and arrows. And then the Rockefeller Rothschild fucking DARPA complex just decides to unleash devastating winds on the continental United States today. I spoke to Hezbollah, Bismillah, Hezbollah, Terrafin bot number 6, I think it was. That's Hezbollah. I think he was testifying San Diego was windy. Talked to somebody in Middle America today. They said it was stupid windy. I'm equidistant from Manhattan Island and Illidale, and in the woods, though. And it's just been stupid 40, 50 mile an hour gusts. I'm going out there in my garden. My garden is just getting beaten and pummeled, and I'm trying. What the fuck just happened there? Trying to hang up windscreens to like protect my green beans, and it was brutal. So long story short, it was not hot fire. And I know that it's got to be like, if I was on the outside looking in, I'd be like, that motherfucker 𝙬𝙗, that motherfucker's like a super highway car accident. He's like a dumpster fire, yo. It's like, I mean, like I told you guys, I don't lie to myself anymore. So I apologize. The network was issue 1. Issue 2 was, don't ask me why, but I decided to like open Telegram on the computer today, on the desktop. It's one of the stupidest decisions I ever made in my entire life. I mean, fuck. My computer was like computer HIV, Telegram, call, Terrafin, bot number 13. Like, oh my Jesus. It was bad, dude. My computer. I told you guys, man, that my fucking desktop was built in Steve Jobs' garage. So you put Telegram on a machine that old. Oh, it was ugly, nasty. So it looks like we might have some special guests. We might have some special guests in the wings. I make the error. Today wasn't my fault. Between the desktop and the network, eat a dick up, quick up, hiccup. There's nothing that could be done for it. I'm sorry. But I do hate wasting people's time. So I'm circumspect in that regard. But I should tell my guests, don't show up. Don't show up right on time, because unless you got nothing else going on, you just don't mind chilling. 𝙬𝙗 going to get some kind of soliloquy monologue out first, because it's fucking oozing ego. This
fucking massive superhuman ego that he has. Clearly a result of his staggering physique, jaw-dropping good looks, magnetic charisma and manner. Okay, I'm legitimately a little fucking scared right now, for real, because there's two of the same motherfucker who I'm already scared of in the wings waiting to come in and talk with y'all. Stones is in the house. What up, my brother? Everybody, that's an OG, capital O-G, Stones Interiors. I mean, there's guys out here that were fucking sucking on mama's teat who are actually building third-party, substandard, dishonest, third-party aftermarket products for Pulse Chain. They were sucking on their mama's titi. They were sucking on their mama's willy when Stones Interiors was a pre-day one OG's OG up in HEXICO. So I don't even want to hear it, right? Now what's going on here? Now here's another OG's OG. Somebody took your wrench, homeboy, or did you never get one? I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. So let's just go up here and see what's going on. Side Effects wins again. Well done, young man. What are you, like 3 for 3 now, I think? Some shit like that. Well done. Give him some fucking human growth hormone biceps there. Celebrating himself. Dingo, woof. I see you. I see the grays. Here's some dickhead. Woe is me. Woe is me. You know. Oh, I actually ran outside. I let you guys know. This was the best advice I got all day. Right here. That right there is it. Lick that connection and stick that fucker back in, baby. And of course, I respond. Because we're apex maturity and intelligence up here on the mind spray. And then I have the audacity to tell him that his timing is so good and his topic is so disgusting and inappropriate that he's a scientist with it. Right. So what do we got? 4 people here too? I don't even fucking know. Okay. Oh, we might be lucky. We might be very lucky if that's the case. When Hex Deck is hitting switches, it can get a little scary. He gets a little piquant flavor of, say, Nostradamus up in the joint, you know, and I know he'll appreciate that as a chef. MT Quana, like Paca is MT Quana. Glad you're here, brother. Damn. I just fucked my brain up. What do I got? 3 people watching and 2 of them are fucking in Montana. Yeah. Super highway to fame and fortune there. Thoughts? Well, you know, Chris, I'm sorry I skipped like 30 comments, Side Effects, but you know I'm I'm sharing that one, my dude. That just made me fucking think of something. I'm going to show you guys photographic proof. Oh, by the way, there is an episode today. Okay. It's got like some bullet points, some themes, you know, all that. But the nature, you know, germane to this show, I've already died 8 times. And I have coping mechanisms that are healthier than a lot of the ones I formerly had. Being a little touched, insane, weird, extemporaneous, off the cuff, not caring if I look foolish, what you think. These things are all just, you know, up for grabs nowadays. So if you don't like the way that the show flows or goes, I would suggest taking side effects butt plug after he's used it all evening and inserting it down your fucking thorax. I don't know. Or you could just leave. CJ Hex, what up? What up? Thank you for coming, my friend. He's getting in. Hex Deck is going in. I'll give it up. He's one of our friends out here waiting in the wings right now, guys. I just have a couple things to say, and I know them two won't shut the fuck up and let me say it, so I'll get it out of the way now before I bring these guys in. Oh, there is a private chat. They're probably cursing at me over there. Is the audio choppy for you, Hex Deck? Okay, this is going to be, related to everything wrong in the continental United States today, side effects and attendees, our crowd, our live chat, our friends. The winds were fucking stupid today. 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts. It's wreaking havoc. And I am in the boondocks with kind of an already shitty connection. I'm actually getting ready to trash the Wi-Fi altogether, man. Like, we don't even need to be using that shit if we don't have to. Like, I'm just going to get a hard plug, man, go to town. That might improve at least one aspect of this. But I was going somewhere with it. I was either going to insult side effects or say something about how smart Hex Deck is, and I can't even remember. I made the mistake of going over here to the private chat. Oh, thank you, girlfriend. I have a Scottish girlfriend who tells me what time it is. Apparently it's 9 o'clock. Sandy, man, she comes and she's like, hi, peace. Like she doesn't want to hang out, and be around this sort for too long. Every episode she comes through and she's like, hi, peace. I just popped in. Hey, there it is. Side effects, man. You keep going in and out, in and out. Oh, just gave up that ghost too. Side effects is the other person over here on the side. Say what? There's that boy. Saturday is back on track. That's right. What the fuck, says the bot. And then the AI wants us to know that it can love. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji. And this is what's up. That's what it's all about, guys. I know it may not look like it to y'all from outer space there, but that is the alpha and the omega of the motivation and the reason. And to all of my brothers out there holding it down, look, I love the ladies, the sisters. I mean, my mom was my alpha and my omega, and may she rest. Or maybe, actually, more accurately, I should say, may she rock out, because she's just in a radio station dimension, like right over here right now. But I give it up to the ladies. But here's the thing about that. 364 days a year, it should be the ladies. You know what I mean? Hallmark was spiritually holistic and kind enough to give, the swing and rocks this weekend. So, guys, if you're out here being a proper father, okay, I'll tell you what she said about it. Here's some gold. My mom would say, it's always been a little effed up to me that the job that is the easiest to get in this incarnation, it's the most important and it's the easiest to get. And it's not automatic. It's very difficult, not in the sense that you have to be Tesla to do it, but you have to overcome, right? Every fucking day. If there's a day that you don't show up, that's like innocent people suffering, people who have never done anything wrong to anybody. And if you think otherwise, I need to tell you, anything under the age of 17 years old, okay? It's a graduated sliding spectral kind of scale, okay? But they're incapable of doing anything truly wrong. especially when you're talking about somebody under the age of like 10, under the age of 11. Their hearts are pure. And if you're a father, you know what it is. You know what it looked like, right? It's not just putting the bread on the table. And it's not just being the foreboding, intimidating hand of justice. It's in a society that lacks coming of age ceremony, ritual, which is good for the human soul and the human spirit. Okay. If it's coming from the right place, we all know there's an inversion that's the wrong place of ritual. Jesus Christ, they do it every day on your movie screen. Everywhere you look, bad rituals going on. But we live in a society, okay, there's a dearth of good rituals. I mean, think about it. You know, talking about Hollywood, even going back to that movie, 300. Before they fucking wrapped him in the cloak or gave the crown to him, what did that little nigga have to do? They threw his butt naked ass out in the woods. And of course his mother is losing her shit. And of course the father is equally concerned, but standing off to the side looking concerned. But guess what that was? It's something we don't have in our society anymore, and we dreadfully need it. Coming of age ritual, right? Letting these adolescents know that they are part of something meaningful, that means something. Because if we don't have that, what are we giving them up to? McDonald's? Pixar? Transhumanists? People who want our children to just come out the box and say, I'm gender expansive, fluid. Guys, this is dad. That's dad. That's where the fuck dad comes in. We say Richard Hart is like the Game of Thrones. Richard Hart is the shield that guards the realms of men. If he has anything to do with the 𝙁 address, the 𝙁 address is the shield that guards the realms of the good, intelligent, forward-thinking men and women, the adroit investor. Well, dads, what are we? What are you, dad? Are you showing up? We are the shield that guards our innocence souls, their formation. And it's not just like the behavior you're going to get in the living room tomorrow from that child. We're talking about an action that's a reverberation across time. We're talking about being a dad in a way that is going to reorder A, C, T, and G in the strands of the DNA of the species going forward. Dads, here's to you, my brothers. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, man. I'll start crying right the fuck now if I tell you guys my life story. But you know what? I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and I'm clear-eyed, and I am showing up every day to be a father to these innocent incarnations, these beautiful, interesting souls, right? All right. I can step down off of the box if you will all join me in acknowledging that with Rothschild, right? I love you guys. All right, let's get it going because we got a couple things to do here. We're going to talk about serendipitous synchronicities on today's show. I would love it. Chris, maybe you can work on this. I don't know what she's doing. A lot of our Hexicans are in Chi-Town or have been this week. Shout out Balliot. Shout out Kurt Kowski. Shout out all them. But Chris, SJ would be a good one to have. I know she's highly embracing and enthusiastic of 𝕉𝙗𝑠child's serendipitous synchronicities in HEXICO theorem and my postulate of soul group incarnation. Don't just go here, guys. You can't just ever just go here. Go in there, synthesize it, and go on both when I say these words. Serendipitous synchronicities, soul group incarnation. Tell you what, that's one that I purchased after 𝕋𝕙𝙁𝙗𝙗's party. I said, fucking walk around the corner and look at these motherfuckers I know I never met in my life. And there's a vibration of familiarity in the air that I can scarcely describe. I know that I experience it with my beloved right now, but there's just some past fucking life shit going on. It's tactile to me. It's almost tangible. I can almost reach out and grab it. It's that real. What? Sorry, guys. What? Reggie, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. No, that's not what the game is. I was just in the middle of it. Okay. That's not how I talk to my kids. Okay. Reggie's 58 years old. So just everybody take it easy. Okay. Yes, I know. No, fuck you too. Fuck you. All right. Fine. Go. Like I said, can of soup in the rifle, bitch. Go. Sorry, guys. Reggie, just giving me a little flack here. So serendipitous synchronicities, soul group incarnation, and then last one before I bring in Hex Deck, and side effects. If you've spent any amount of time around me, you might have heard another of 𝕉𝙗𝑠child's axioms. And I got to tell you, after really having to deal with that in real time, this third one in my life lately, it's got me wondering if the way that I've conceptualized it and that I give it voice is also the description of the thing that I'm trying to pin down. It is this: your gift is your bane. Okay, think about that. Think about it. What is it about you that's fucking awesome? We've all got, 4, 7, 15 things about you that's awesome. Think about the things that you know that are awesome about you, right? Now, there's a corollary, and flip it on its head, and you're welcome to call me out on this. My DMs are in the show description. Twitter, 𝕉𝙗𝑠child, ___. Telegram, 𝕉𝙗𝑠child. Your gift is your bane. So what if it's everything that's awesome about you can also suck about you, right? Let me give you the example. Of my good qualities, I've been told in my life that I can write and speak half decent. So if I have any gift with words, be it the written word or oratory or whatever, do you know that like throughout my life, I've struggled with my anger, okay? With like snapping out. And in the snapping out, one convinces oneself that you're justified to let her rip, right? So for every person, my point is your gift is your bane. For every person that I've been able to lift up or inspire in my life with my words, so too have I done a lot of damage and hurt people who I fucking cared really deeply about. Talk about cutting off your nose to spite your face, right? My point, on the phrase describing the ideal, is basically just leaning towards this. It's just because your gift is your bane, and just because it comes from a stream of where your talent or your gifts come from, the bane is a bane. It's not a blessing. it's not, it doesn't make it a good thing, you know, or even more importantly, an acceptable thing. Well, him talk good. So that's okay that he cut Reggie off at the fucking knees with some insults, you know? Think about it, guys. Feel about it, guys. TB Bishop, I see you. All right, guys, you got some pontification from your boy tonight. When I got into Hex and HEXICO as a content creator, I was told y'all needed some fucking variety in your entertainment, okay? So if I'm not here talking about the magenta line and the aquamarine line on the thing, okay? If I'm not doing that, you guys have enough of that. I'm intentionally bringing you something different. Speaking of bringing you something different,
what is up?
Nice. Deckard.
How's it going, bro?
Oh my God. Thanks for sitting through that pontification there.
Chillaxin and HEXICO.
I'm sorry, brother.
Chillaxin and HEXICO.
Yeah, you look like
I
that
thought we
shirt
were coming
is,
to HEXICO. You know,
oh my God, dude, that shirt is just incredible. I could rock that. Hey, side effects. What do I do? I'm sorry, Deckard. What do I do here? Kick him from the studio? Ban him from the studio? Or, I don't know. Where are you at, Chris? Can you hear us?
In the back.
Thought I heard some muffled, like,
that might have been me. Just moving things around.
It's your stomach.
No, it was my mic. I hear voices.
Hey.
I'm here.
There he is. Side effects. What to go on, man? You're a gabby guy tonight.
Oh, if you hit stop camera, then you hide in the background. So you're here, like you can hear me now.
Yeah, I put up an avatar.
Stop camera. It's not working with the avatar. That's got to be fixed on your end.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Trying
to get him.
It's all right. No, you were doing the stream the other night, and I could hear like two people in the background, that type of thing. And
that was terrible. I'm not proud of that, Deckard.
No, it is what it is. These are, like you said in your other stream, these are like throwaway streams, right? This is the shit we do to, get up to speed, that type of thing. So,
well, like Brandon told me, at the end of the day, this was going to end up being more therapeutic for myself than it was going to be of benefit to HEXICO.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me put on my I'm rich bitch cap. All right,
let's see it.
There we go. All right, so we got a little Louis Vuitton going on there.
Yeah, so. Almost looks like the Pulsex logo, which also looks like the 23andMe logo.
It's all just for fun.
Hey, I'm still fiddling around here trying to see if we can. Chris, do you think maybe if you back out and come back in, maybe we could at least pull up your avatar? Because it would be nice.
Try.
I don't like the disembodied voice thing, especially after rugging on Stones and Finn and Wales the other night for 3 hours. So look at all these options.
Yeah, 1 second.
I can hit him in the head with a virtual baseball bat from the studio. Cool.
I can go in if you want. I can go get my my regular. I'm a working guy cap. 1 second.
No, I mean, Deckard, your first one was.
No, I mean.
Oh no!
Did you see that one?
I did see that before. Yeah, I did catch you.
No, sorry, I'm rich. I bought that hat. I said it the last time, but for people hearing this for the first time, I bought that for a Bitcoin friend of mine. It's almost a month ago now.
That's excellent.
As a joke, but he didn't take it so much as
okay.
A joke. Back. You back?
Well, side effects is in the stream with audio
only.
Fuck.
I can switch that.
That would be cool. Like I said, the disembodied voice thing is not working for me.
Yeah, because it's actually on your end. See, I just went with stop camera. So like I'm gone from the screen, right? But if I hit start camera, I'll be there. Whereas normally if you're launching a stream and you have other people, they'll just show up with their avatar, that type of thing.
Right. Well, he just seemed to have backed out now, but I'm sure he'll be back. There he is,
Yeah.
adding him to the stream again.
Yeah. Oh, I
Audio.
see. I need to go to
Yeah, see.
settings and select,
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
and I don't see one though. I'm on my MacBook, so
Okay, I can't help you with Mac because I'm an iPhone guy, but a Windows-only computer operator with a
That's
little
funny.
bit of Linux in the background. That type of thing.
Oh, Linux. That's
Oh,
like
I got
key to
my
freedom.
Raspberry Pi. Shout out to God, because I'm going to screw up his name. But anyways, somebody in Ubuntu, I can't even pronounce it.
Ubuntu. Yeah, I know all about
I
Ubuntu.
understand it. Yeah, because
And not just the computer language, but you know that comes, Deckard, from like that community ideal is where the whole language is coming from. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, it's
trying
a
to
little
learn it in the spare
socialist.
time.
I mean, I need to have a rake or a shovel so I can use that motherfucker whenever I need to. I don't
Right.
want to have to go down the street to the community thing and write my name on a board and say, 𝙤𝙪𝙜𝙗 is taking out the rake and the shovel. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
we're just programmed. Side effects, proof of life, brother. Let's see. Adding to stream.
Only
I don't get
Crypto
it.
King. Hey,
I'm
shout
going
out
through
to,
settings.
It should be that little hamburger there. If you just click on that.
the thing up. I think it's up in the left-hand corner.
Yeah,
if
the
I
three
remember
dots.
correctly, entering.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they said that hamburger thing like 6 months ago, I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like hamburger.
I don't know where I got that from, but
Like, bro, I make hamburger. No, that's actually a lot of people refer to it as the hamburger thing, right? And I'm like, I'm old. The era is beyond me. So everything I learn now is just gravy on potatoes. So I'm okay. At some point I'll just go hire somebody to, help me in the future. So
what did I say earlier? I said a piquant flavor of something. I don't know if you were listening.
what do you got there? What are you playing with?
This is my old backup mixer, like the bomb mixer with, okay, this is for the real vinyl, not the, not Ableton, Scratch, Live, where I got to tell you, brother, one of the features of being a DJ when I was a DJ is that you stayed the fucking shape doing it. The reason that you stayed in shape is because if you had a gig, you were carrying a lot of shit. And them records, oh my God, it was grueling. And the funny thing is then later in the night, you're drugged and drunk out of your mind, 3, 4 a.m. and you have all this shit you're trying to move. It's funny.
Well,
But this was for analog, right? And this was like kind of a beater backup. And the reason that I say that is because this crossfader on it is substandard. Like I need a crossfader that it's literally a fucking rabbit's pubic hair from here to here, that it would be 0 volume to full volume. Now, if you're a house DJ, okay, and I know that Side Effects is kind of a fade DJ, a kind of house style with drum and bass too. Those guys will take a crossfader and they'll go right here, be a little louder, little louder, little louder, little louder, little louder, equilibrium, you know what I mean? And then favoring the other channel. For a hip hop or scratch DJ, you're going from 0 to 100 from there to there. You know what I mean? That's how a hip hop DJ, for example, when I'm doing little scratch tricks, I can do something like this. That's called, a crab, or like that. And you do those maneuvers, and the sensitivity on the crossfader is such that that's how you go from no sound to full sound. Okay. You know what I mean? It doesn't have a gradient to it.
He's having a little trouble entering the stream. What if I exit and go see if I can, give him
I just tried to
give him a little help. I know you were talking about the hamburger thing, but
yeah, because I know that this worked for Side Effects in the past. He did join us.
Side Effects, you were live?
I think. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Deckard?
No, I was asking, is Side Effects here?
He is here, but it says the mic's disengaged. Now, I don't have the ability to disengage it.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan, my brother, how are you doing? We got side effects here too. Alan,
Hey, Al.
I need to talk to you for a second, Alan. Alan, come here. No, Alan, come close. Listen, bro. Alan, I'm going to repeat this again. And I'm only doing it because I care about you, okay? Thoth, Thoth, Tote, Jehudi, Tehudi. These are all words for an Egyptian god. My dad. Alan, thought, THOT, means that filthy cock smoking whore over there. THOT, that hoe over there. Alan, my beloved friend, could you please not refer to me as a thought? THOT. Okay? Love you, bro. Mean it. Moving on. Side effects. Where are you? Hex deck. Where are you? There he is.
I'm right here, bro.
Cool. TB Bishop leaves. Hey, whoa. Hey, that's interesting. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
TB. Yo, we got to talk, man. That is extremely interesting, brother. Nice. Prosperity Project. Boom. I think if you want to go help side effects, please do. But I need to ask you if tonight we can discuss Prosperity Project a little bit more. Deckard?
I'd be happy to tell you about it. You know, I'm not here. Well, obviously, I don't even have anything to shill, so to speak. But you know, I'd be happy to discuss it. I think I got a little something on my camera here.
Well, look,
like,
this is
floating
funny,
around my
dude.
face. Give me
I
one
have
second.
two
Go
Chris
ahead.
side effects here, and I just got an alert that I have 2 users that are in the stream with audio only. So it's 2 side effects. So if you want to back out and do anything, I'll do a little dance.
Oh no, it's actually on the computer screen. It looked like a fly buzzing around my face. I'm like, there's a little dot there. It's time to.
I'm back.
You're
Love
back.
the new mark.
Back, sir.
Oh, the new mark. You see that?
I don't know.
Do you think that was a fair?
Yeah.
Was that a fair description of the dynamic of the settings for the crossfader?
Yeah, I've never heard of a crab before. You know, I mean, I learned something new tonight. I learned about doing the crab.
Yeah, coming from a scratch DJ for sure.
I'm a no DJ, so.
Yeah.
If you want to add,
I was taught by a scratch DJ.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you totally.
Okay, cool. Side effects. If you want to improve upon my description of the difference between crossfader settings between genres, I think that would be kind of interesting for the HEXICO audience. I mean, do you have anything to add?
I feel like my internet connection keeps crapping out.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on, bro, but I can't barely hear you, like cutting in and out like static.
That sucks. And
that was happening before.
You're hearing me okay,
solid and fine. Yeah, him and I were talking in the green room about it. If he thought he was having some issues with his connection.
I mean, this wind isn't helping anything, guys. The winds are insane here, so it could be fucking with my network too.
No, you're solid and fine once you came up.
No, I just sent you a photo, bro. Like my speed test won't even run.
Oh,
like you go to Google and run a speed test, and it was failing. I was like, "What the fuck?" It's weird.
I should run mine too.
Right now it's good. So, but I love how the hip hop community and the drum and bass community like go hand in hand. You know, we're at 90 beats per minute and 180 beats per minute.
Yes. Yeah, I love that you see that, feel that, know that.
So much you can do. There's so many remixes of old school hip hop shit with drum and bass. It's fucking beautiful.
Dude. I used to dig on getting the white label Wu-Tang records that were redone. You didn't know who even did it. I didn't even know who did it. Like, but it would just be a jungle.
Bro, I've got a white label by the Upbeats. It was done by who the fuck, LL Cool J. But it's straight up white label, like can't even know who it is kind of shit. Like, I love it.
I love that kind of stuff, dude. I don't know if you ever heard me talk about it, but Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard me talk about it, Chris, but like if there was a secondary genre for me other than underground hip hop, it was the broken beat. I don't know how much you know about broken, but it's not that far from jungle or drum and bass. It's just a different tempo, different
It's
flow with
not.
kind of Brazilian, Puerto Rican, influences. And
Well, yeah,
I,
I mean, jungle reggae like spawned from, or raga, jungle raga spawned from like reggae, and then it more moved into like break beats, like 160, 170, and then drum and bass brought it a little higher to the 180,
yes,
190.
yes.
So I love broken beat,
Can
period.
you guys
You-
explain the difference that you're talking about? You mentioned before. Sorry to cut in. Don't mean to
No,
interrupt.
no, questions are the way to
For
go with
the
this shit.
audience,
Chris, you go ahead
for
first,
7
man.
people watching, the difference between 90 and 180. What are you guys talking about
Yeah,
there?
and what's
With
the
beats?
difference between jungle, drum and bass, and broken and hip hop? Let's go, Chris. Talk.
it's simple. It's a 2x. You go from 90 beats per minute to 180 beats per minute.
So you're speeding up the music, the
Yeah.
sound.
So
You're
listen,
pumping
I'm
up
gonna
the energy.
Deckard. I'm gonna give you one. Right? We're gonna go. T- uh, uh, t- uh, uh, t- uh, uh, What's that? 93. Don't,
Yep,
red. Do. Oh, you know what I mean? That's
exactly.
Hey, yeah.
yeah. And
I'm just trying to catch it.
we would call the thing cut time. We'd be like, okay, this thing's rocking out at 165 to 185 beats per minute, which is kind of in Chris's wheelhouse. But then if you cut time it, then all of a sudden it becomes what we would call a neck snapper. Because
Okay.
then it's like putting on the brakes and you're like, you know what I mean? Kind of like
Yeah.
that feel right there.
No, I was just catching part of a wild SJ and her conversation when we were in Vegas back in March with Richard when she was on stage. And she was
Yeah, I remember
asking
that.
him about the music, like that he would, and I caught that piece and I was actually going to
Hey,
research it
Hextex,
up. Yeah, go ahead.
Hextex.
Yeah.
I'm the one that put her up to asking him those questions.
Excellent.
Yes,
Oh, awesome.
S-
I
S-
love it.
Yeah. I think she's great.
SJ
I mean,
is,
she's done so much for the community.
she's one of my best friends.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
known
Shout out to
her
her.
for a couple of years. She dates my best friend,
There you go.
that I've known for over 20 years, actual individual that taught me how to produce and mix drum and bass.
Nice.
So,
I love it.
and
Yeah, no,
we were all introduced to this from Crypto Kool-Aid. So,
okay.
Yeah,
That's the
the
connection,
Kool-Aid
right?
Nation.
All right. I appreciate
yeah,
that. I really do because, as Richard had said, and I was talking to somebody about this because they actually came back and asked me today
Mhm.
about Hex and the whole thing and crypto and this person was first put off. He was first like,
Mhm.
I don't want to hear, I got nothing to do with crypto, right? I'm like, cool, bro. Like, I won't speak crypto, right? That type of thing in your presence, like
I won't speak
respect.
crypto. I love it.
But now today he came back and he was asking these different things and stuff like that. And one of the things I pointed out to him, I said, he asked me specifically, what makes Hex better than, or, what's your value proposition?
He
Is what
opened the
was
door.
asking. And one of the things I pointed out was community. And I said, the fact that, community, people got to understand, the key concepts, I won't go deep into it, but community was one of my key factors on the list. And the fact that, that what makes a strong crypto, especially in these early times. And we are, excuse my French, effing early because like people don't understand, like 15 years from now, when I'm a senior citizen, okay, when I turn 69, the fact is like, then, maybe community to some people won't matter. We'll be the forgotten relics. But right now, what keeps us strong and keeps us going is that fact. So that attachment that you just made tonight, like with me, like helps me piece everything together because the only reason I go out to these like crypto events, you know, because I haven't gone to any other crypto event before Hex, and I've been to both Hex meetups, and I'm going out to PulseCon. I really appreciate that, sir.
You remember what I was saying in my intro about how we've lost ritual for our adolescence? Okay. Did you hear when I was talking about that, Deckard?
Honestly, I don't think I caught that. I may have been in between.
Okay. Yeah, as part of my monologue soliloquy, I was talking about it's Father's Day weekend, and one of the important things that a father has to do right now, not a timeless thing, but in the modern paradigm, is we have to fully replace the lack of coming of age ritual in our society. You know, other than maybe what our, friends in the tribe of David have with their bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah, you know, maybe our Catholics have communion, but I mean, it isn't really anything meaningful to the kid. And I think that missing that is a huge part of our problem in this world. So when I hear you talking about the feature of and the importance of community, man, like I get excited when I hear that, because to me, that is the roots, that's the grassroots, that's the basis, that's the organic, tangible, woody, even, you know, think of all the different adjectives I could use to describe it, but it makes it tangible. It makes it real, and it's powerful, the community aspect of this.
Well, you know, and, you know, I don't talk deep about like my psychology studies.
There are no requirements here, my friend. You just be yourself.
But one of the things, and you guys would have to actually remind me of the name of the video.
Thank you.
It's been very viral. Do you guys remember the video about how like movements form? You know, there's the first guy, and he's out there and he's dancing and he's doing the stuff, right? And then you got the first joiner that joins in, right? And he's actually more important than the first guy. But then, you know, as people begin to follow and everybody starts joining in, then it becomes, you know, okay. And, you know, that's how you form community, that type of thing. And in fact, I'm going to go rewatch that.
I've seen this at several raves.
Yeah, well, I've watched it
in real
like
time,
over
right?
50 times, like seriously. And, you know, putting the application and the connection together is like even more important today. You know, as much as I see people rag on social media about, quote, the Hexicans. In fact, there's an article that I'm going to post more about, talk about, but I just came across it today. But it's actually a repeater article that came out of the United Kingdom and actually got published in Bloomberg today. But it's the same damn article, right?
I saw that.
It's a hit piece. Yeah, it's a
Richard
hit piece.
actually,
You know.
Hey guys, real quick, I hate to interrupt you, Hex Deckard, but I just wanted to point out to everyone, it's a Saturday night party, everybody. Okay, I did just share the StreamYard link, right there in the chat. Okay, I mean, it's not effing Hangout, but it's open, so we'd love for you to come in. Just keep in the back of your mind, everybody. At some point, I would like to visit the serendipitous synchronicities that you have experienced during your time in HEXICO, the possibility that my postulate for a soul group incarnation is possible. And by the way, if you're not the kind of person who ever thinks about your soul, what came before this life and what comes after it, I don't fucking expect you to do so tonight, okay? Like, just put it out of your mind. You could talk about anything that relates to those things or not at all and talk about something else. The third aspect would be your gift is your bane. The words that I said about that, meaning whatever it is that you're gifted or you're talented with that makes you shine, could also be a characteristic or a personality feature that you use to cause pain, hurt, sadness, and do damage. I gave the example for myself. Me talk good, me hurt feelings and insult bad. Okay, so you guys apply that to yourselves then. But I'd love for everybody just to feel free to jump in. And Deckard, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to get that link up there.
Fine. Yeah. In fact, yeah, I understand half those words.
Get out of here. Wasn't it funny the different kinds of intelligence we have? You know,
well,
you got things rolling around your brain I couldn't comprehend if I tried. You know.
Well, that's part of my pitch to him was, and I told him in our conversation that I expected to be all of like 50 seconds, and it was like 15 minutes. But I told him, I said, I never claim to be the smartest tack in the pack.
Tack in the pack. I like that.
But I do know a few people who are, and I've learned to develop, and I'm just specifically, 80% of this is around the crypto space, but the 20% isn't. There's two key factors that in HEXICO has kept my citizenship, is the fact that I've had people tell me things, and so if I had not listened to that and had that in my memory storage beforehand, I may have made worse decisions. If you understand what I mean. I mean, I could go and
I'm hearing you.
I could have totally degened, right?
Did you say I could go totally degen?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love it, man. Picking up, what does Richard say? Picking up pennies in front of freight trains.
Well, I mean,
what?
Go ahead.
No.
No. Yes. Maybe.
What? Chris?
What? Oh, maybe he was talking
that
to somebody.
Poor son of a bitch. He's having some major
right.
issues tonight.
God.
He's like, what? Yes, no, disappears.
Well, the guy that I was talking about asked me, actually, he's like, why are you doing this? I mean, because I retired for basically 2.5 months, and then I decided, because of the social aspect, to go back to work, because I had the financial stuff all figured out. I mean, I'm set.
Oh my God. I
I'm
can't
good.
even imagine working for fun.
Well, no, but it is actually, and I explained to him, because they asked me, I'm like, I'm actually working because of the Prosperity Pack project, and I explained my theory behind that. But, the interesting aspect is the fact, it's like, why are you even here? I'm like, I'm here for the lulls, bro. I'm just, I'm like, why not? I mean, you got to do something in life, and I tried to explain to him, like, the financial quotient is taken care of, but I didn't have the social quotient all planned out. That's why I was excited about the stream, about talking, being in HEXICO, and why we're probably the biggest. One of the things that was mentioned in that article, and because if you read it,
I didn't read it. I just scanned it when I saw Richard shared it, and then I retweeted it, but I have to read it yet.
Well, one of the things that was kind of a knock, but it's not a knock, is why Hexicans are fucking happy campers in a fucking down market. And they don't fucking get it. Like, why aren't you as miserable as us? Like, if you're a real crypto person, you should be kicking dirt and fucking spitting sand, that type of thing. And just not happening. I mean,
I'm laughing my ass off right now. It's my first bear market.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, mine was 2017, but
it is.
I mean, I held straight through that. Somebody asked me, and I told them, I said, I literally held the very first 3 Bitcoins I bought at the time, which I now own no Bitcoin. I actually traded it all in the Hex, but I wrote it straight through, and people were calling me, texting me, telling me, Scott, crypto's your Bitcoin's almost like my father, who didn't thought I was a dumbass back in 2016, is sending me articles in the mail. My father's 89, so he's sending me actual envelopes with articles cut out, saying ooh, you should think about selling and stuff. And I'm like, no, Dad, I'm good. And I literally held it all the way down from the top, all the way down to 35, 36, 30, 100, depending on what you're looking at. That hold it, and wrote it all the way back up, and then about 17 to 20% down from the top, I did sell, and I turned it into hats. So I think I own 145,000 sats right now. What?
And
I heard half of that.
I love your story because you did this from.
Fuck! Wait. I was muted.
Yeah, you were muted. I heard you talking
my little ass off.
No, you had a question though about I did this what?
Chris?
Oh yeah, because I'm an automotive mechanic, so
Okay.
or automotive technician, you know. So,
Respect.
and I love your story. I used to work on used cars and find change in them, and I found in fucking
Right.
speakers, iPhones, fucking watches, all
Oh,
sorts
sure.
of shit, knives,
Oh,
like, you know, you get to keep
where
it,
is it?
you know.
These guys right here, my stylish wooden glasses. Okay, so that I throw on stuff. Here it is. I'll hold it up for the thing. Cloud Field. Okay, really nice wooden case, wooden glasses. Even has a nice little
I love
holder
it. That's right up
for
my
the
alley. Man.
sunglasses.
That
Yeah.
sits right up my alley.
Found them in a car like 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
that's dope.
They used to call me Earth Tone. My name's
That's
Ian. I tell
awesome.
everybody that. They used to say that I was Earth Tone Ian, Earth Tone Emo. I was like, why you call me that? They say, bitch, I ain't never seen you wear a primary color since I've known your ass. You're all fucking earth tones. I was like, I wasn't thinking about it.
Oh, I mean, well, you're saying you're a mechanic, so I mean, like finding things in cars. I mean, you don't get to keep the guns. Like that's common actually here in Montana. But
Well, yeah, that's
Patagonia
what are you
jackets,
saying?
like sleeping bags,
Yeah.
like I got it all. I used to tell people like vehicles are like the source of life. Like, eventually, you do
Yeah.
a couple thousand vehicles, like you have basic essentials of everything you need. So
Yeah, I get paid to revert cars back to factory. So I got to
no
keep
shit.
everything in them.
That's wild.
All
nice.
speaker systems, fucking car audio, like everything. Alarm
I was
systems.
thinking about
like,
that this week. No, this is
I
a
would
true story.
I would resell shit on fucking Craigslist or eBay like every week. Like
Okay.
it was fun.
Well, give you an example. This is what I was thinking. So recently, and I recently sold my Mercedes and bought a Mini Cooper, or it's like people like to say a Mini Cooper. Nice black Mini Cooper, tinted windows. Yeah, now bought out by the BMW company. But because I literally I can't hold on to a car for 12 to 15 months. I mean, 15 months has been my longest stretch, and at least I'm down to 2 cars and not 5 cars. But and I just like driving because you get in the automotive industry, it's fun. But I literally thought about this just the other day. We worked. I was a high end buffer for like exotic cars type thing. Like
Oh, nice.
people wouldn't let somebody else touch their shit, so to speak. So they're like, we want Scott and doxed. But the whole point was now thoughts sounds laughing.
I said my government name, so you.
Yeah, it's okay. But the whole thing is the fact that like, so this one truck I did had this actual air horn from a train, like an actual train horn, like ridiculous, blow everybody out of the freaking shop loud. And I thought about putting that in my Mini Cooper. And I thought to myself, if I ever trade this in, which obviously I will probably in a year, I'm like, somebody's probably going to want that removed.
Oh, that'd be hilarious, bro.
That's
You'd
why it
scare
makes
the
me think
piss
of
out
you.
of people.
Oh, bro, you don't understand. Like this, look, it literally would shake your pants. I mean, that's how loud it was. It just,
Yeah, we have tons of lifted trucks here in Texas with train horns on them.
oh, okay.
You hear it behind you and you shake in your seat and you're like, what the fuck? Like I was sitting here at this green light for seconds and they blow this horn and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Can I say one thing here real quick? Gen Hex, go bite me. But I will send you my free seed phrase, in private, just so you have it. Can help me monitor things. But TJ Bishop, yeah, those minis are quick. Because I literally,
they are.
I squealed tire just yesterday, and I not trying to. Like I was like, like whoa. I'm like I wasn't. They're just fun. They're nigel. It's like
we call that a chirp.
Chirping.
A what?
Yeah, that's a
chirping.
Weird
Yeah,
a chirp. Yeah.
I
remember working on like a factory V6 like Avalons, like Toyota Avalons, and in second gear automatic transmission. I could get them if you gunned it, the wheels would chirp out of second gear.
Nice.
was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love automotive. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, honestly, folks, detailing automotive vehicles, whether you're buffing or you're cleaning cars, it's cathartic. And that's, I think, what it's like, because I came from chefing, like professional chefing for over
Chefing.
20 years.
Can I tell
over
you
20
something
years.
funny about what you just said,
What?
Deckard? That's what we call people who cook up crack cocaine in the city. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So when
Yeah, I
you
get
just
the
said you're
reference.
chefing, I'm like,
Yeah. Well, they're artists in their own, genre, so
I'm
to speak.
chefing.
Okay. Yeah. No, trust me. I mean, you want to throw out some docs? I could tell you about a place called.
Oh, you
Poughkeepsie,
work in
New
a
York.
kitchen, man. You did everything. If you worked
No,
in a
actually,
fucking kitchen.
The funny thing is, we were talking about this today too, because I made a joke about mushrooms, like in psychedelics and stuff, and or about eating shrooms, and this was with the coworkers, and I said, I'm kind of a plain Jane. I mean, I haven't smoked pot since I was 17 years old. I went into the military shortly after that. I tried it for like 3 or 4 times, and I just didn't like it. Drank a lot of alcohol. I was a sailor in the Navy, so
Oh boy.
I was the typical drunken sailor, that type of thing. But
I don't know. You seem like
I-
such a nice fella. I can't for some reason I can't picture you like down the street with the brown liquor
Bro,
bottle cursing
somewhere
and shit.
out in Salt Lake City. Okay, shout out to my good friend James S. I'll say, because I won't dox him, right? But because I recently connected with him, and actually he's only like 8 hours away, so I'm gonna drive down there. I lost touch, after the military stuff, and we're going back over 30 years. Okay, so he has a VHS tape of me and him in South Korea riding in a rickshaw with this guy running us back to ship, like pulling us like rickshaw. We're not talking jeepneys or whatever. And James has got the freaking VHS camera on his shoulder, because I mean, we're talking like the 1980s. And we got like sake bottles just like piled in the rickshaw. It's just stupid. I mean, yeah, true story. So, but
All right, we got another guest, guys.
Incoming.
Incoming. My man.
I'm
the
trying to
Sifter,
jump.
the Cipher. Yeah. What up, Louis?
Who's this gentleman?
Hey,
this
hello.
Louis
Carl?
Louis. Hey, brother.
What's up,
thanks for
Hank?
stopping through.
Hey, Louis. I don't know you. I've never met you. Cheers, bro.
Howdy.
Louis came in about 4 or 5 episodes ago saying some really intelligent shit with his evil doppelganger, who we've never seen, Blaine, I guess. Blaine and Louis came in at the same time, and they both know a bunch of shit. So I said, hey, guys, anytime y'all want to come on, please do. And Louis took me up on it. So, Louis,
where you at? Or
welcome.
Where you from, Louis?
Michigan, mid-Michigan.
Okay.
Jackson, Michigan. Whatever. I don't.
Is it windy up in that motherfucker today too, Louis?
What?
Is it windy in that motherfucker today?
It's been windy all day. Where I was working, we opened up.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to say that Terrafin bot number 7, whichever Terrafin bot we have tonight, he earlier said it's windy in San Diego, and I'm right outside of NYC and Philly. So if it's windy this motherfucker, it's windy in Michigan, and it's windy in South Cali. This is a continental event.
Yes.
You don't usually get that with the wind.
No, and actually, we've had high winds for the past 3 days here too. No lie, like it woke me up at like 3 a.m. Just how windy it was.
0 winds in Austin, Texas.
Is that so?
Nothing but heat wave.
What's the name of that program that runs out of like Alaska? There's a social
DARPA.
Yeah. HARP. Yeah, HARP.
HARP.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll bring it in. I do the woo. I mean, I'm well versed in studying in various aspects. Not as much as like what Thought Child wants to talk about, but
yeah, Wales gets on me for it, because he's constantly saying brother, man, he says, you're just talking over everybody's heads, man. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? First off, I can only be myself. Second off, everybody in HEXICO said, go out there, be a content creator and do you, be
Yep.
you. And third
Don't be
off, they
anything
said,
else.
we need different stuff in HEXICO. So from those three angles, I was kind of just like, listen, I'm coming up to your level when it comes to chart reading. You're coming up to my level when it comes to mythology and historical anthropology and fucking all this shit, man. Like,
we used to have a
Yeah.
thought.
Each one teach one.
there you
Each one
go.
teach one. Well, the
Yeah.
thought we used to have, and I don't talk about it much, but I've thought about it a lot, is the fact of coming back from New York is we're like the island of misfit toys, that type of thing. Is like, because a lot of people are bringing different life experiences back into this community that all brought us around a central thing of Hex. Let's see if I can do it right. There
I
we go.
absolutely agree with that, my man. I mean, fix the money, fix the world.
Yep.
That's kind of all of us.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just shared the link again. Craig, TB, whomever else. We'd love to see you guys.
Get that Gen Hex imposter in here. I mean,
Blaine,
I heard
MT
that guy
Coiner
speaking.
said he was going to try and hop in.
Oh, jeez. Not that guy. I'm just joking. No, I love him and his wife. They were out the last Hex meetup and stuff like that.
Thank you, TB.
It was nice seeing him there.
Yeah, I'm still recounting all my tales from the 𝕋𝕙𝕚𝕚 party because I barely
Why
made
did
it
we
in
see
under the
each other?
wire. I'm sorry,
yeah.
but guys, I knew when it was starting, and I'm as close as I could possibly be because I'm always on the East Coast, and I'm in Northern California, and I'm sorry, guys. I was in heaven. I was with the most lovely creature I've ever laid eyes on in my life. And I'm sitting there saying, must go to Las Vegas, must go to Hex conference. And every day I would just fall backwards into her arms and she would feed me grapes and kind nugs and psilocybin. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere.
You're lying.
So I rolled in for the last minute for 𝕋𝕙𝕚𝕚s. And that 5 hours, man, holy shit. Like, it was life-changing. It was mind-blowing, dude. It was mind-blowing. Like, I see motherfuckers on YouTube every day who I was shaking hands with and, having drinks with and shooting this shit. It was...
Yeah. I went
David Feeder, he was on Craig's show today.
I know, yeah. Actually,
he was a sweetheart when I met that motherfucker.
Was in the video behind him, the video that's been passing around. I dipped in for like an hour or two and said hi and everything and like dipped out.
Where, Nagas?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I missed you.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I said, why didn't we see each other? Because this is the very first, all right, this is like second iteration crypto, or actually probably third iteration crypto thing for me. I actually am a very introverted person. So like doing something like this is very like never came natural to me, like type thing. And it's why I do it, just so people like understand I don't need to be noticed. I'm not that type of searching type person. I'm like, I'd rather just be in the background. That's why I had a coined term back when I was in culinary, and they called me the shadow chef. Okay. So I was the guy that would never go out in front of people after like we did the 9-course wine tasting dinners and stuff. I'd rather sit back there and help the dishwasher. All right, go ahead, Louis.
Yeah. I'm in culinary right now, dude. Okay, I am a dishwasher and a lime cook. I mean, so
awesome. Bro.
I'm so humbled by that hack and everything else with like, so continue.
No, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I should throw up a popcorn video sometime of I'd have to, get better like set up for it, but over the dishwasher guy and stuff. But I literally started in culinary. I mean, my very first job at 15 years old was washing dishes at a place called Mr. Sausage, Italian restaurant and restaurant or whatever, pizzeria. Italian restaurant and
mystery
pizzeria.
sausage.
Mr. Sausage. Mr. Sausage.
Mystery
Yeah,
sausage.
Mystery
God.
sausage.
All right, bro. And I was like, because my dad told me, this goes back to economics, but my dad told me, he's like, listen, he's like, son, you're 15 years old. You've got your green card. Back then, green card was a different thing. From high school means you get good grades. You can get a part-time job. He's like, you're going to want a car in a year, because 16 years old was the time to drive in New York, that type of thing. And he was like, we're not going to be buying you a car, so you're going to have to buy your own car. And by the way, your mom and I are not putting you on our insurance, so you're going to have to get your own insurance. We'll drive you to work after school, part-time, as long as you keep your grades up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it started. So I could tell a deeper story, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go into it later in the show. It's a solid story. But about the culinary stuff is, it comes back as like, I literally like held in the background. There was a point, back when, we're going 14 years, no, more than, 14, 19 years ago. There was a point where a good friend of mine from the Culinary Institute, where I'm from the Hudson Valley area, and I have friends at the Culinary, and they were like, and at the time, Top Chef had just started. So I had somebody pushing me, like, you should go on the show, bro. Like you're just quirky, you're weird, like do this, And I'm like, because we'd call each other up as we watched the show. This is when like first, second season stuff. Like we do challenges with each other. Like, okay, you got 15 minutes, go to your freaking cupboard and fucking grab whatever you can and fucking make us this.
Hell yeah.
And we'd totally do that stuff.
That's like the Iron Chef, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Iron Chef. Well, I remember.
Can I tell you about that Iron Chef? When I was in
Go
Philly in my heyday of being a scratch DJ with the most beautiful girl on the nightclub scene as my little girl on my arm, man, we were living the highest life ever. We were stomping the fucking Terra. I'm 28, 29, 30 years old. It's the best life was, and we used to host these parties every, I forget, Thursday or Friday.
Ooh.
And we would call them the Iron Chef nights. And
Okay.
everybody who came to the party, had to bring one bottle, one drug, and make a dish. And sometimes it was pathetic, especially because I'm not much of a cook, but it was really fun, man. I love them Iron Chef fucking Johns.
Oh, I love that. When that whole thing came to be. I mean, literally, I remember Emeril Lagasse back in the days when he was this guy, and like he seemed like an Italian, like Cajun guy out of like a black and white kitchen type thing. I don't know how to, describe it to you.
Doesn't think it'd go bam.
Well, yeah, he came up with that, and that's classic. I mean, you got to understand, like, this is how like culinary foodies, like, they don't understand like their background and their genre, like type thing is like, I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But
Working
Louis,
in the kitchen is fucking crazy at times, like
it is
high demand. Like the television shit, like, is a little bit dramatic, but it's kind of real. It's real. Like
it's kind of real, right? Yeah. It's not full expose. I mean, I'm sorry we lost one of our greatest several years ago, and I mean, shout out to that guy, because the stories, Kitchen Confidential, and the stories he told about being in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah.
Complaining
what was
about
homeboy's name? Rogan was all busted up about that. What was his name? Bourdain.
Yeah, Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we have real quick. Welcome Jen Hex, who I think already streamed like 3, 4, 5 hours today.
Oh yeah.
And here we have Craig. Yes, sir.
Hello.
What up?
Look at that. We can tell who has the best webcam out of all of us.
This guy,
Nah, it's $100.
Louis looks like he soaked his phone in diarrhea before he started streaming.
Louis, don't listen to him.
Side effect is, hey, don't feel bad,
It's the
Louis.
kitchen grease.
Non-existent.
The kitchen grease. Get over it.
No, I want to talk to Louis after the stream. I mean, I'm serious, bro. Like,
hey, Craig, do you use StreamYard?
Yes.
Why can I not see my brother's avatars? Why am I only getting camera view? Is that on their end?
Which okay, so on the screen down along the bottom of where everybody's at, you see all the different little
Yes.
default things.
Yes.
Which one are you clicked on right now? The one that's got a gap at the bottom?
Are you talking about mute, stop cam, settings, share, invite?
No, up above that, below.
Oh, are you talking about the views for the screens, the layouts?
There's one with 2 boxes, and there's one next to it with 2 boxes with a gap underneath. Is that what you're clicked on right now?
Yes, that's what we're on right now.
Okay.
I've gone through all these layouts, and I can't get their avatars to come up.
Well, like HEXTech was just on. Did
Right.
you turn your?
Yeah.
Did you turn?
I'm still here. No, I did turn my cam off.
I don't understand why it's not showing his goddamn avatar.
Yeah, it should.
It's pissing me off too because this is the paid version now. Thank you,
Right.
HEXTech.
You're welcome.
Unless you go to virtual background and is it on none?
Okay. I'm on none. Yeah, I'm on none. Fuck.
I mean,
maybe Gen Hex. Hi, by the way.
Hey, what's
you
up?
You could explain why I'm on my MacBook Pro and I have a fucking camera there, but when I go to settings in StreamYard, the camera setting is just blanked out. There's nothing there.
I could be wrong, but I thought when I first got StreamYard, I was reading up on it. There may be some cameras that are not compatible for some reason with StreamYard. It would be weird for MacBook to be that way.
2016 MacBook.
Yeah.
So.
That's the thing, because you should be able to, like, if you have multiple cameras, you can go in that drop down and change, right? So if it's not showing up there, then that's either StreamYard doesn't like your camera that's built into the laptop, or something in the settings is not giving StreamYard permissions to use it.
In my MacBook settings.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
But there is a second issue to this. There is a StreamYard issue because of the fact that like anytime like I'm on with you, Gen Hex, or anybody else, it's like if I like stop my camera, like I'll do right now, boom. Like I go. I hit mute too. I'm like an idiot. That actually is something that's on the controller's end for 𝕬𝕗𝑠CHILD. So there's like 2 issues. Because your psychedelics is in the stream with audio only. It pops up.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, if you turn your cam off but you're still in the room, it should show your avatar.
Yeah.
And in your settings, there should be somewhere where you can set your avatar. It's hang on a second.
Okay. I'm fucking around with brands.
Okay, I think I got it now. Okay.
I've set my avatar.
On the bottom of your screen to the left, you see your own little camera down there, right? Bottom left corner of your screen. Below everything else, bottom left corner. Like when you enter StreamYard and you're waiting to be brought up, it's kind of blurry down in the bottom left. Right? There's a little hamburger, not hamburger, but little dots.
Yeah, 3 dots.
You click on that.
Yeah.
Edit avatar. Edit audio avatar.
Yeah.
If you click on that, do you have an option to change that avatar?
Yeah, you get the option.
It says this avatar will be used when camera's off.
Right.
Yep.
So that's all the only setting you have to or edit your name. Yep. So if you've already done that, then I think it's out of your hands. I don't think there's anything else unless it's your settings that your camera maybe isn't letting because this is server based, right? You're not installing StreamYard. You're just going to a web page.
Right.
Like you were saying, StreamYard has an issue with my dedicated camera built into my MacBook.
That or what browser are you connected with?
It's Chrome.
Okay.
Well, listen, we got Louis out of the. Where's Louis at? Louis, can you hear us? Louis, can you hear us?
Yeah, adding the names are easy, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear Louis respond to me?
I didn't even see that, man.
I know, bro. I'm like,
Greg and Jen Hex, play child, whatever. Did you guys hear Louis respond to me?
no, I haven't. He
Okay.
dipped out, type thing. I thought he turned his camera off.
Well, he did, and that means he's not getting the avatar either. So it seems to be like a
But
universal.
is he getting the audio? That's the thing.
Oh, this is so gay.
Bro, this is the perfect
You know, it
time
could
to
just be
figure
this
shit
instance
out.
of StreamYard could be glitched or something too, right?
Yeah, but it happened last time too, and that pisses me off because we're paying for this now.
There you go, Hex. I got to change my name for you.
here.
Yeah, no, I just having fun with you, bro. Mr. Sausage.
Okay,
Yeah.
Louis back, but
All right,
Howdy.
Louis back. Yeah, howdy.
Bats are
Bro,
big.
you're stealing my tagline right there. I'm Captain Howdy.
so can you guys hear this whack ass music playing in the
Yeah,
background?
we can hear it playing in the background.
I've never done that before. Super.
Oh, yeah.
Elevator
That
music.
Gen X, Mr. Sausage does it all the time. It's so fucking annoying. No, just
So the music.
Wow.
The problem is sometimes when you have it and you change the volume on
Really
it,
awful.
it's not that loud, but with other people hearing it, sometimes it's louder than
it does get louder, that type of thing. But
Okay, well, we don't ever have to worry about the background music feature of StreamYard. Hooray.
no, it's
Oh,
fun.
look at
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at me.
You're ruining my
That's
shield,
nice.
bro. Cut me down. I like
Whoa,
my shield.
trippy.
It cost me $500.
Just shift it
I
over
laughed.
to your right.
Jim Rat Crypto was talking about about the shields and stuff. I'm gonna get one made up for Maximus. So I think Gold Key finally sent me the graphic I need. He put it up on Twitter and stuff. So
Okay, this is really boring for my audience, but I don't know.
Okay,
Craig,
go ahead.
Since you're here, how do you rotate the fellas? Like if I wanted to move my face to where Deckard is.
Click and drag, I think.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
Try
we're
that.
in an audience.
That's like rocket science, man.
They got
Whoa!
all this. There you
Very
go.
Louis,
intuitive.
good
Thanks.
job, boss child. Yeah, you
Good
did it.
job, bro.
Yeah.
You see what it says here, right? Boss
What?
child, tech juggernaut.
Yeah,
Yeah. Beautiful.
Garden
The
hose.
juggernaut.
Garden hose sprinkler
Here, get
operator.
thee
right?
behind me, Satan.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Actually, you're doing the right thing, bro. I'm like, this is everything that needs to be done early on.
There. Don't touch me there, man. That tickled.
Yeah, you always because you always point to the wrong direction. So
Yeah,
you want to touch the guy and oh no, oh
You try to do the high fives, and you're always doing the wrong way.
yeah,
Oop,
hey.
I don't know where I am.
Yeah. Oh god dang.
Good times.
Bro,
Well, I don't know if you heard earlier, Mr. Wadding, but one of the things that I was hoping to touch on tonight was this whole theorem of serendipitous synchronicity, but then Deckard acts like the words are too complicated for him to even participate in the conversation. I don't think it's hard to understand, but if you guys give me a second, have you found, since your heart and soul and mind got occupied with HEXICO and the idea that you are a Hexican, have you guys found these strange occurrences happen in your life at a higher frequency than they might have beforehand? I'll give you an example. I haven't heard an Iron Maiden song in 8 years. This morning, the first thing that comes into my mind is, for example, an Iron Maiden song. Later in the day, I see a guy on the street who has that haircut with that jacket or whatever. And then in a Hexican group or room, somebody says something about Iron Maiden. And then later in the day, I see a picture of the guitar of the lead guitarist for Iron Maiden. Do you guys understand where I'm going with this? It's the serendipitous synchronicities. Have you guys been experiencing that in the last year?
I mean, dude, I'm like 10 years, but more so with Hex, yes.
More so. Right. My mom used to say, bless you, Karen, she used to say, You'll know you're on the right path in your life when you start experiencing synchronicity. It's kind of like you're fulfilling your destiny or you're answering the call kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that as a nation, as a group of people in HEXICO, I'd be hard pressed not to say and believe that we are all together on a path going in a common direction, and it's the right one. And that's kind of some of my reasoning behind the high frequency of occurrence, around here.
But you got to understand, we're on the iteration 2.0 of Bitcoin. I don't know if it's really not been discussed, but this is like in my notes, is we are going through the second iteration of Bitcoin with Hex. And people
Why do
really
you keep
don't.
dropping out?
Me? Am I dropping out?
Your camera's not on anymore.
Oh, no, I dropped out because I was like taking a puff off my electronic cigarette. So.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I just didn't
Hey,
want
Louis,
Cool to smoke on screen, bro.
I didn't want Gen Hex to see my face, like.
I have misophonia, Louis, so I want to punch and hurt and kill and hear people chewing. So.
My girl
Well,
has
I only have this shirt.
misophonia as well.
No, that's not true. I've seen your other shirts.
Hey,
I'm sorry, say again.
Chris, you told me that. That's actually a real thing.
It is, and I before you, don't think I didn't believe her, because I believed her, because fuck, I can't eat with her in a room for fucking 5 years. But then you said it, and I was just like, boom. That's it.
And that was an example of a synchronicity in HEXICO. I mean, it's arguable whether it was serendipitous or not, but the awareness.
No, but explain that. Yeah. I want to hear that again. I didn't fully
misophonia. Misophonia is my ears are sensitive to the sound of somebody else masticating, chewing, expelling gas. Like it creates a murderous.
Yeah, sure.
It creates a murderous rage in me where I just want to wrap my hands around their throat. Now, this was interesting because I used to go out with, as I've alluded to before, an extremely gorgeous and exquisite Korean girl. In Korean culture, that loud chewing is actually a sign of enjoyment. So if you're at a picnic, for example, and you're eating mom's bibimbap,
really?
And you go, nom, 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 nom. The louder you do that, the more complimentary it is to mom. Well, I'm sitting there going,
so I'm excited in my panties, that type of thing. Podgies, if I get my podgies all like excited, that's
wild, dude. I didn't choose this.
No,
I've been told I make love to my food, so it's bad.
I had a roommate
really good,
actually. A jaw or something.
True. Okay. So,
chewing potato chips or a carrot or something. You can hear him chewing across the room.
Where'd he go?
So today,
that's right.
So very, very much today. Like normally it's Saturday, so I don't go home for lunch. Short day. It's only like 6-hour work day, that type of thing. And so I thought your friend, one of my coworkers, is going to work, and so or going to lunch, and I'm like, bro, let me buy lunch. And we're talking about this place called Super Chicks, which came to Montana here about 2 years ago. Okay, they're actually a franchise out of Texas, and so I'm like, bro, let me go, look in my card collection that I have. I think I have a gift card for that. Nice. So I gave him the gift card. I'm like, I'll buy lunch if you, go pick up. I'm like, cool. And so he got the sandwich, but I was so hungry. I ate this thing ravenously, and I'm like, but I've been eating protein bars and 6 eggs. I mean, nice. Just doing the Gym Rat Crypto and Sam Stoltz, fitness challenge stuff. I have not I told somebody the other day, it was 45 days since I ate a pizza type thing. I don't really eat any junk food. I don't order out. I don't order fast food. But I was I ate that thing like nobody's business. So I get what you guys are saying, because it's so cravenous that I felt indulgent.
We used to say in the city, we used to say, that motherfucker fucked that sandwich up, dog.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm honestly, I wanted to save half the sandwich for later, 2 hours later. to moderate the proteins that are going in to like my body type thing. Cause I'm, that's the way I'm gauged. But I'm just like, screw this. Like I tried to set it aside. I'm like, I'm just going to eat the damn thing. But
I would do that. Like you go into a convenience store to get something and it would be buy two for this other price. And it's like, I don't want two. I only want one. And I ended up buying the second one just because it was saving me on both.
But
like a Monster or something. And then I ended up drinking 2 Monsters instead of one. And later I'm all wired and tripping. And I'm like, why the fuck I did that to save 50 cents, but I spent more money.
Yeah. And
you know what? I hate when people do this. I shouldn't do it but I'm going to do it. Don't drink those because I care about you. Okay. And I want to see you live a long, healthy, happy life.
I drink the coffee ones, man. It's like, it's hard to stop.
Yeah. I'm a coffee addict. I can't stop my coffee. I like my iced coffee.
They're not carbonated, so they're like drinking a Yoo-hoo, man. They're too easy to drink.
A Yoo-hoo for a grown up.
Do you guys have a product called Wired around you? It's an energy drink.
It's how we buy our Ethereum on the MetaMask.
It's actually an orange can. I think it had 377 milligrams of caffeine per can.
I used to be able to get the cocaine energy drink, but
cocaine energy drink.
Yeah,
cocaine or Coke can.
Oh.
No, Coke. It was cocaine. It was a red can. It was like 3.5x times more than a Red Bull.
I think I know what you're talking about. Did they make it in a plastic bottle though too?
They may have.
They're like, don't drink this whole thing.
It's got to be an East Coast.
You would anyways.
Yeah,
that's what it was called. I like back in high school. I think I got banned. Shit, that was like 10 years ago. So.
Dingo. Yeah. Thank you for using the word knickers with all your American friends tonight here. We love it.
I'm jumping back and forth. MT Coiner is asking me, HEXICO, have you been to ZERENDIPITOUS? No, ZERENDIPITOUS. I do know of ZERENDIPITOUS, but I have not been there. But now we need to go, right? Like, when are you gonna like take the 40-minute drive and come out and fucking hang out and let's go get food? Right?
Yeah, you guys got no fucking excuse out there.
Oh no, it just we've been talking for like 8 months about getting together for like lunch or breakfast, and we never freaking connect. So, yeah. We were talking about ice fishing at the beginning when we first met up, like with Hex and stuff. And like, I saw MT Coiner and like, are you from Montana type thing? Right. And I know where he is. I'm not going to dox him, that type of thing, but
he's like, no, MT stands for
close to me.
I'm a mountain coiner.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Back when I was like a kid, when I was like 7, 8 years old, is the joke in school was like, point your head and say the abbreviation for Montana. MT.
I told him I thought MT.
That's a dad joke.
That's a total dad joke. Yeah.
I never caught that the MT was Montana until after Hex said he was from Montana. Then when I saw MT Coiner, I realized I thought it meant like his pockets were empty, like empty,
empty, right? Empty pockets.
Empty.
I like it. No. I got it, but I mean, if you guys know Chloe and stuff, she's up 2 hours like north of me, that type of thing, and me and him.
Shit, sorry, side effects. I didn't.
So there's like 3 of us. That was the whole thing during this last Vegas project. I was like, we're all going, like Montana strong, like let's do this, and And I really did actually see Chloe. I saw MT Coiner and his wife and stuff like that out there. So it was a lot of fun. I look forward to if anybody's coming, hanging out in the quote Pulse Con.
Hey, thank you for bringing that up, Defford, man, because I got to do a better job because I am speaking. And
yes, you are.
Tony and Rainmaker have been awesome supporters of Rothschild efforts, and they gave me the 15% off coupon, guys, and it would mean so much to me.
I'll show it.
if one of you guys would use that at some point. The savings are pretty nice, guys. It's noticeable because you're getting up into ticket packages that can be, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 or more. So that 15% can make a big difference. We
Yeah,
would
I'm buying
love
Hex with that money.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I would
I'm
love
bad.
to see you, not for nothing. I would really love to see you, and you can get a PulseCon ticket with my code for $500, $400. So it would be really awesome to.
And I'd say this to people.
Yeah.
This is my biggest thing: is if you cannot afford it, or if you're stretching yourself to go, then obviously don't go. But if you can, great. Let's go have a fun, great time. We're all going to be like, you can get to meet everybody.
It's going to be huge. I think the timing of this thing, I mean, network layer 1 launch or not, I still think the timing after everything we've been through as people, not just the bear market, but I'm talking globally what the human family has been through. I think the timing of this September event is just uncanny. It's fucking perfect. I think it's really going to be a welcome opportunity for us to hang out, shoot the shit, hug, give high fives. It's just going to be needed.
I was asking on Twitter about what is a good, what's a good bang for your buck for a hotel in Vegas. And I'm not talking about the one that's set up at the conference in that hotel, because what I was thinking about doing was maybe going down there for the week, but maybe not going to the conference, just being there and hanging out with everybody after the conference.
I'd
like to go to the conference.
Phenomena that happened with some of the people I was close to were, let's just say, for shits and giggles, there were certain tensions between certain factions of HEXICO where some people just said, well, I'm not dealing with this aspect or that aspect, but I still am a Hexican. I still love my people. They went, en masse to Vegas and just didn't participate in HEXCO or HEXPO, as it were. But they were out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. They were doing the thing. So I want to support these guys. They give me the speaking slot, and I'm going to try real hard for them. But that having been said, I'm trying to gather up my fucking nickels to get a desktop and keep this show alive. I'm going to have to do a fucking charity drive just to get my fucking flight or my gas and my hotel room too, because the kids, their needs don't let up, man.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because it's like I don't mind spending the money to go, but right now I'd rather be spending that money on Hex.
Oh, me too. Shit.
But if I can, but I still haven't taken like a vacation in a long time. Mm-hmm. So for me, just to go to Vegas and chill for a week and hang out in a hotel and go out and eat and go hang around with people after the thing be worth it. You know what I mean?
And this actually year, for if anybody doesn't understand, and actually I won't go deep into it, but this is going to be a very powerful meetup for a lot of different reasons. And if anybody knows like me and, MT Coiner or, Chloe, they can like attest, like I literally, with Maddie and stuff, I volunteered my time to sit at the registration desk to help be as helpful as possible to expedite the process, get everybody checked in, the whole bit. Now I paid for my ticket, and I also bought 14 tickets and gave them all away.
Nice.
So
man,
like,
dude.
And I missed a lot of conference. I had to go back and check it online. And Maddie, if you ever hear this, I'm still waiting on that first day stream. So Maddie comes out to me like, because I was there 3 days early or something like that, and we're riding in the car, and we're gathering things and getting things set up in the hotels type stuff. And because it's my give back. And I asked him, he said, yeah, I want you to talk and tell your story stuff. Literally like in 5 minutes, I think Hector came out and was like, Maddie wants you up on stage in like 5 minutes. I'm like, and being an introverted guy, like I mentioned earlier, I'm like, no way. I'm like, I was so freaking nervous. I could not even like pick up my glass of water. My hand was shaking like this.
Really?
Like, I can't do this. Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%. This is like, what? Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, I guess I've had to speak in front of people my whole life practically. So, I mean, I'm sure I'd be nervous, even if there was only 50 people in there. I guess I'd be nervous, but I guess if you said earlier did you say you were introvert or extrovert?
Introvert. No,
Okay,
introvert.
so yeah, that would probably be pretty tough for you if not.
But the thing is I've done this, but I actually have to have like everything like set up. It can't be on the fly type of thing. All the stuff that I'm doing now, like on YouTube and stuff, it's learning experience for me. It's figuring things out. Not getting outside of myself. And it really has helped me grow as a person. I mean, when like I listened to Jim Rat Crypto and Sam's thing with David this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's so good.
There's a guy, Louis, you and I got to talk, bro.
Good. I appreciate you.
So the thing is the fact that like, now I kind of lost my train of thought because I know what Louis is like connecting to, but it is the fact that like 100% like it has changed my life. That video with David Fetter. I mean, shout out to David because I'm a huge fan supporter of David, in a Hex community and stuff like that. There's many people, I mean, people don't know, like when I tell my story, it's not being braggadocious. I'm not being I'm like, like it's like fucking walking into the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. I mean, shout out to Richard Hart because the guy, I laugh at the haters and all the negative spin stuff. Like they did not like shill me a bag of goods. Like I made my own choices and decisions. I'm a very conservative individual. Like I literally only invested 25% at the time of what I could have invested out of my only money. I did it as a social experiment with all that coin I collected at cars. I think I told people it was like $1,240. I have invested more obviously now, but I mean, seriously, like that made me a multimillionaire from that initial investment. And when David was talking about how he paid off his student government loans, and he was like literally close to crying.
Yeah.
It's like literally life changing.
Yeah.
That clip they played of like David Feeder, like it was an older clip or whatever on Jim Rat Crypto.
I remember the clip.
It was his, and that's he was just on our stream and he was just talking about that. He said that the first time he'd ever been on stream was when he did his video thing. What do you call for Richard?
Yeah.
What do you call that when everybody does their little story video? Testimonial. Okay. And they saw it, and then they got him on stream. They're like, "You need to go on stream." MT, what's going on, man?
Not much. How are you guys?
MT, howdy.
What's up, MT?
What's good, MT?
I changed my name again just for Hex.
Sorry, I'm just sharing the stream right now again for like the second time. But wow, did I?
Well, we were playing around with the HEXICO again tonight on stream.
Okay.
And
were you? I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's fun to play with it because if you go in there. Did you see that? Yeah. Just like put in $100 worth of hex.
Right.
Stake it for 10 years, and then just pretend that hex is $10 in 10 years or $50 in 10 years, and it's just ridiculous. The numbers are just ridiculous.
I mean, absolutely.
It's fun.
In the real early days, me and my wife used to do that, and we would play around with like 1 penny, and we'd play around with like 5 pennies. What if it went there?
Yeah.
And
what if?
Wow.
Motley, I hope he gives you a wrench.
Motley.
Is Motley in the house? I jumping back.
You said I come in for Thoughtschild stream and no Thoughtschild.
Thoughtschild's still on the stream.
He did the dibbity dip.
Yeah. Welcome, Motley. How's Puerto Rico?
There he is. He's back.
There he is.
There's the man. Yeah.
With the upside down flag.
I think he's
Bernie
doing something
Madoff
with Reggie,
in the
but
house.
he can't do it on camera.
We got all the big hitters right now.
He's doing something to Reggie down there.
Cheers, everyone.
Can't let us see it.
What are y'all drinking or smoking on tonight? Y'all just chilling.
Who are we talking to?
I'm going nice and light.
Mike's? Okay.
All
I
right.
had 2 cups of coffee, and I was like, I was waiting for the stream. We had windy issues here for the stream, so it couldn't stream. But I hung in there, so I'm glad I did.
Yeah, the wind's been trying to rip my roof off all day. It's pretty rough.
I love my late night coffee. Can't deny that.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to throw the teapot on and fire up another pour over. But
there you go.
We'll see how long the stream goes, that type of thing. Because I think about it, it's ridiculous, people. I mean, like the community we have, the stuff, like so many streamers and stuff, the things we do is just incredible compared to like most people either shit posting or just like negative about like I'm ruined, I'm wrecked, that type of thing. The support in the Hex community for the most part, and I always say ignore the 2%, stick with the 98%.
That's what we were talking about earlier. It's like just because someone is a Hexican, that's great, but they can still be an asshole. Just
Right,
like somebody
sure, yeah.
found and bought a Hex doesn't mean we're all band of brothers. You want to be. You hope we have that relationship, but there's still going to be human beings, and whenever there's human beings involved, there's always going to be a certain percentage of assholes. So.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And quelling the assholeness, and I'd say I have it in like my nature in whatever respects type thing is like, just sometimes you got to let things slide, that type of thing. And you get community beefs and stuff, but really is that clout chasing type thing is like, because I could list off a number of names and all the different disagreements and staying out of that type of stuff, but I'm not here to rock anybody's world. I mean, like Richard Hart puts it out, he's like, I'm here to make money. I mean, seriously, I'm like, but along the way, the biggest thing is the community aspect of how a bunch of people come together and rally around a product. And like, and I know this for a fact, it's like when Pulse Chain launches and people who sacrificed or people are just getting in on the launch for PLS or PLSX, and the shit just starts going wild. Like people are going to be like, what we are all arguing about is like a fight in a campfire at a keg party when you're 17. I mean, that's really what it is right now.
Well, that's the thing too is
thank you.
When I say
you're
money,
welcome.
Certain things, money and stuff will bring out the real person. So like
sure.
if you're in a hard way and you're hurt, hard up for money or just living paycheck to paycheck, I think when you get that FU money, sometimes it goes to people's heads too. And in this community, there's going to be all kind of different opinions. And some people just like to argue. Some people like to fight. So it's no different in this community than your next door neighbor or somebody you work with or anything else. You're going to have certain people that are just going to be drama queens, right?
Yeah, gains are gains.
Well,
I mean, most of us ain't here for that shit. We're here to.
Yeah.
Here
to make separates us.
They can chill, bro. That's what I'm here for.
One of the scariest things that ever happened to me was looking at the computer screen and seeing all those digits. So when you go from paycheck to paycheck to all this money sitting in front of you, the second you realize you don't know what you're supposed to do with that is a very scary moment. It's because you don't know where you're supposed to get a financial advisor. You don't know if you should cash it out or it's, we're only at 10 cents. Should I let it ride? So it's a really difficult thing. Like it's no joke. You can go to Matty Allen's stream and he's got, the wealth
therapy.
Sudden wealth syndrome.
Yeah. The sudden wealth syndrome. And but what's scarier than that is the people who don't actually develop the sudden wealth syndrome, and they just start clicking buttons as soon as they see those numbers.
Well,
And they buy Lambos and they buy all this stuff, and then
Sure.
they hex flex, right? You see the hex flexes. But then a lot of them get really broke, and then they blame Richard Hart, they blame the community, or they blame Hex, and then ultimately it looks worse on the product later when people are doing it like that.
Well, but it looks worse on them. I get what you're saying, because when you go from having $4 in your bank account to 4 million, like, and it seems like overnight, even if it's not overnight, it's very hard. And, I've talked about this, but I'll even say it here on the stream, because I'll say it 100 to 100,000 times, is the best advice I ever got from somebody when I was chefing from a billionaire up at the Yellowstone Club was this. And I remember it in the kitchen to this day. I can just repeat it in my head. And the first thing he told me, he said, Scott, Hex X16, doxed twice, is this: if you ever become a millionaire, do nothing for 6 months. It's like, don't buy a house, don't quit your job, he's like, just do nothing. And it was, I'll tell people, it's honestly the best advice I had ever gotten from somebody, because I did, not only have I done it for 6 months, I've done it for over a year. I mean, we're coming into what? Well, it's close to a year. We're not there yet, but we're coming up 10 days away from the anniversary aspect. Is I haven't. And there's been opportunities, there's been times, and there's been thoughts. I mean, listen, when all of a sudden you invest in something that's 0.00056, type thing, is like, and you bought in early, it's very easy. Is it not wrong to take a profit along the way? Absolutely not. I will tell anybody this.
Yeah, you have to.
It's never wrong to take a profit.
We're all here for that.
Right.
But you want to be smart about it, right? Like you were talking about, MT was talking about, you don't know, is it going to keep going up or what? That's why you got a DCA out too.
Yeah. But making those responsible decisions along the way, because I'm looking for greater gains. I mean, but it was the point. It was like, I will tell people, if you're comfortable at a certain position, and you can go and do this study, and actually I need to actually use this for my other project I'm doing now. But once you get to a certain economic level, nothing makes you, quote, more happy. I mean, you can be, like right now, I can tell people here, I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I'm debt free. I honestly don't care. There's nothing I need, right? And thank you, Richard Hart, because you made it happen, okay, in a sense of launching your product. That I made the decision. I'm responsible for my own decision for investing my own money, that type of thing. But having the Lambo, having those extra things. I made a joke on Twitter. I tweeted out, I'm like, we got emojis, memes, and what was the other thing? And crypto. And I'm like, what more do we need? And seriously, it's kind of like, that's the point,
Well, even just doing the math too. Let's say hypothetically you bought in early, and you had 50 million hex or 100 million hex or something, right?
Right.
If you tried to sell it all at one time anyway, slippage is going to kill you. So even mathematically, it makes more sense to do a little bit. And if you could take all of it and know that that's way more money than I'll ever probably need, unless you want to do something philanthropy or help out a friend or family or something, figure out a certain percentage you could shave off over a certain amount of time, and that'll basically set you up to where you don't have to worry about financial stuff, and then let the rest ride, or take part of it and buy some real estate or do whatever.
Yeah.
Hedge your diversify your options.
It's interesting. It seems every decision I've made along the way has had pros and cons. For example, maybe if I sold some at a penny when it finally hit there, it fixed a lot of things in my life, even if they're little things like getting a good vehicle for the family, and not even a great vehicle, just a better vehicle, nothing crazy. Catching up some debt, just getting cleaned up a little bit. It's one of the greatest values that's ever been bestowed upon me, was just being able to crawl out of the gutter like that.
I'm one of those that I don't think people should ever have to apologize.
Right. But at the same time, I'm mad at myself because selling at a penny seemed so stupid when we hit 50 cents. It's like, oh man, like I'm so thankful for what I got from it. But it's so painful to see what a little bit more delayed gratification would have got me,
You know what's funny? I got in a couple jams over the past year, as you would expect with 4 little ones and kind of this hand-to-mouth thing we've been going through since I got fucked by the government. But I never had to market sell. I actually had to move some, but you know what I did? I moved it to my onboards who were horny to buy fucking, some more hacks. And since, 10 of my fucking 60 onboards are within a half hour of me, they handed me an envelope and I handed them some fucking hacks, It sucked having to do it, but 8/10 of a penny to 46 cents.
Let me ask you guys that are here, and you don't have to answer this, okay? But did everybody hear SAC for Pulse and Pulse X, or at least one of them?
Both, yeah.
I didn't know about any of this. I came in late, so Pulse X, I was able to SAC.
Okay, so
there's a lot of folks.
We've had a conversation before where, okay, it's kind of like I guess I'll use a baseball analogy, right? If you come out every pitch and you swing for the fences every time, chances are you're gonna probably strike out or foul out or pop up a fly or something. If every batter came out swinging for the fences, your team's probably gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
But if you come out and you're playing the game and you're bunting or you're getting walked or stealing bases or trying to get on first or get a double or pop it over, and play the game strategically, you can still win the game. And I think a lot of people think that if Pulse chain launch, that their SAC amounts don't put one over the fence, and this is going to make me a millionaire within 6 months. They're getting their hopes up for this big explosion, right? And don't get me wrong, if that happens, that's wonderful. But if you look at your life right now and you look at what your bills are and your what it costs for your kids and school and gas and rent and food and all this stuff, even if you're playing the slow game to where you get your SAC amounts and you start staking them or whatever you do with those, that extra income, you're creating that passive income. Even if you're not a millionaire in 6 months, if you're bringing in an extra $5,000 a month, think about what that could do for you and your family, right? So don't think you have to hit it out of the park to be in a better position. You could be, getting the singles and doubles and triples and still be living a wonderful life compared to maybe.
I'm a Yinzer like you, so you know where my heart lies, but I have to point it out. How many fucking championships did the St. Louis Cardinals win playing small ball? Taking first base, getting a steal, getting a little bunt, getting a little grounder with eyes up the middle. You know what I'm saying, man? It wasn't all seeking grand slams. And at the end of the day, that title, that means just as much as the title that was won with just as much balls and brawn.
And you could plug in football or probably basketball or most sports. Right?
Almost.
What's a Yenzer?
A Yenzer is Western PA.
Yins guys don't know about those Yinzers.
Yeah.
So if you're
most of the time you're a Steelers fan too.
Steelers, yeah. If you're from Philly, you go use. Hey, what's use guys? You was down there. Tommy Milkshakes and Joey Hoagie was down there, and they had that problem with them kids over on the block. So use did this in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, it's like God, Todd, you get the pierogies. Todd.
Yin's going over and watch the Steelers.
The Steelers. You better red up your room.
Is it a Polish community around there or what?
Oh yeah, there's everything. It's Steel Mill Town, man. It had
everything.
I can imagine.
Actually, I used to go to the oh man, which one? Because there's clubs everywhere. There's the Italian club, this club, the Slovak club, whatever. And I used to get stuffed grape leaves at.
Oh
It
yeah,
wasn't even like where you would think. It wasn't even like. Oh
Dolmas.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so good, man. And then
Dolmas
you
are
put
delicious.
sriracha.
Sriracha.
What's that
yes.
red hot sauce?
sriracha sauce.
Yeah.
Oh,
With
man.
the chicken on it. You know, I mean,
That
it's a
hot sauce
staple
with
in
the
my
grape
kitchen.
leaves. The grape leaves. There's
I
different
never
ways to
do
make
that,
them.
but
Oh, grape leaves. They were so
Cholula is
good.
better.
We call those dolmas. They're good. as shit.
Louis, did you say Cholula is better?
No, Chris, side
I
effect.
don't think so. No.
Cholula.
I got to argue about that, but
They look like tiny,
This is
tiny
still here,
little
guys. Let's not forget
cabbage.
Chris side effects is off camera.
side
You're
effects
right.
like
Oh,
hot sauce
yeah.
is like a passion of mine. Like I got jammed up on a stream the other day about like mother sauces, and like the guy's like, because I told him I study sauces. He's like, name the 5 sauces. I was so exhausted, and I'm like, I could name like think of 2, and then like I named them. You know, I'm like, no, bechamel, hollandaise, velouté, freaking classic tomato, and what's the other one? Espanol,
Tabasco.
it's a brown stock, but hot sauces are another passion of mine. But I'm not as tired right now, so I can talk about it. But
Has anybody ever tried Death Nectar?
no,
The hot sauce comes in a little
never
bottle.
heard of it. So.
It's just like the tip of a toothpick, and it just makes steam blow out of your ears for 20 minutes. It's pretty
I
gnarly.
swear to
So
God,
it's
I think
probably
that's
like
an
the
American
effect.
midlife crisis fucking event, dude. Fucking American men. It used to be your fucking faggot Harley Davidson once you reach a certain age.
Now it's
Your
hot
little
sauce?
blonde girlfriend. Now it's me and my buddies are going to start a hot sauce company. I'm fucking over it, dude.
Okay,
There are
gotcha.
so many piece of shit bottles of hot
God
sauce.
damn it.
Oh,
There is
What's
most of them taste the same.
What's the big nacho that you buy? It comes in one container, and it's
Is
it's
that
called
nacho
nacho
reaper?
business. It's called
Uh,
nacho business.
You talking the one chip? It's
It's
The
a
one
one
chip,
chip
yeah.
challenge.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the pocket
Carolina
chip.
Reaper.
I've seen people
One
do
chip
it.
challenge. Yeah,
I've seen people
Carolina
do it online
Reaper.
when they try to get one.
There's I think it's called Dragon's Breath, which is actually a hotter sauce. A friend of mine.
I grow the ghosts. I grow the boot.
Yeah, I did. I ghost chili peppers, which used to be the hottest on the Scoville, aspect.
Mhm.
A friend of mine who's actually a Mexican. Okay, so shout out to ex-Jimbo, because this guy is like grinding, like he's at grinding Mexican out in Portland. And so I flew out there about a month ago, met up with Ballet brand. And so I literally flew out to try his food. I told him I would like 8 months ago. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to come, because this guy's doing like 3-star Michelin shit out of a food truck. I mean, like, no joke. This guy is like the pasta master. And he lived up to his food, like literally. And so we were talking about things about, like food related stuff, and, the mention of hot sauces, that type of thing. But I mean, if you're in the Portland area and you're listening, or you're, back listening to the stream, check him out, because he is an awesome individual. Hexcan. He's got a great, I call it a great backstory. People call it tragic. This guy got rinsed for a lot of hex in the early days. And he's like fighting and struggling. Go ahead. Say it.
No, Motley. I'm laughing at Motley.
What did Motley say?
He said the one chip challenge sucked. I could feel the pain in my ears. Probably
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
Work
other
at
place
a
felt the pain the
Cajun
next day.
restaurant.
Yeah,
I mean,
think-
real hot sauces are no joke. You can take like the biggest, strongest man in the world and make him cry
There it is.
in seconds.
Oh, sure.
That stuff is gnarly.
I remember my first introduction to hot sauce. You guys know Dave's Insanity Sauce? Do you guys know that? Okay.
No, we carried that in our Cajun store.
So
we used to have an eyedropper that contained just pure capsaicin in oil. And you would add like 2 drops to like fucking 4 quarts of beans, and you're done.
Oh,
It's fucking hot.
That's how the Death Nectar is.
So I'm coming back. I was in Jersey back when I lived on the East Coast, lived in New York and stuff, and I was managing college bookstores for Barnes & Noble. And so I would go from Jersey to 30th Street Station on the speed line, and then I'd go to New York to Grand Central, and then to Poughkeepsie, New York. And in Poughkeepsie, New York, they had this little cafe, like window type thing. And on Sundays, because I'd go to visit my friends from church. Like I'd just literally just go back there for the weekend, that type of thing. And so the best thing in New York that I love that we don't have out here in Montana is the hard roll. All right, you guys don't know what a good hard roll is unless you're from the East Coast. Maybe it's the water, I don't know what, but you can't find them here. And so I picked up an egg sandwich, and we went to the church, small building, small assembly community. And I go in the fridge looking for some hot sauce, and there's Dave's Insanity. So I'm just shaking it on. And my buddy's wife, Jim from the culinary, she's like, I don't think you want to do that. I'm like, no, I love hot stuff, right? And I literally like ate half the sandwich. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I took like this first bite out of the second half of the sandwich. And like all of a sudden, boom, I was ruined for like
leaking
2.5 or 3 hours.
There's that feeling like when you push yourself
terrible.
past your limits, like something like hot sauce, where you realize like you done fucked up. Like you realize like,
but there's no going back, right? Like I really
went too far this time.
I screwed up. Yeah, I totally did. So yeah, and I'm looking at the back of it, because if you look on the back of a Dave's Insanity sauce, it's like something like takes tar off the driveways.
Yeah,
I can believe it.
no, that stuff is rough. There was
Yeah, that
this
shit will never
other
mold.
thing we had called Magnum 44. It was
No.
a different hot sauce. It was comparable to Dave's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I have my staples. So here are my staples. Number one is obviously the chicken and the rooster type, sauce. Love that stuff. And really, Frank's hot sauce, 100%. And then I get into some Tabasco products, either the green or the red, but not
I
a huge
keep
fan.
Yeah.
Frank's around because it's mild enough. Like you could use it for whatever.
Frank's I use Frank's
everything.
on my eggs, like right
Yeah,
now,
eggs.
like one of my 6
Even
meals.
Red Hot and Frank's, I think, are about kind of.
Red Hot is good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Tabasco's good.
No, I
Frank's
use
and
Frank's
Kahlua.
on 6 eggs every morning. So
Do you guys ever have or I don't know if they're still out there, but there used to be these restaurants called the Village Inn down southwest. They have them in Oklahoma. They're kind of like a Denny's, kind of, I guess.
okay.
But they had these skillet breakfasts, man. They had different kinds, where it was eggs. Like they had one was a Southwest skillet, so it was like eggs and chunks of potato and chicken and like little chunks of peppers and different stuff. And then they do all the potatoes and chicken and all the stuff, and then they put your eggs on top however you want it, like sunny side up or whatever. And you just chop it all up and eat it, and they had a chicken fried steak one, and they had different kinds, but man, those things were good. Because you take the hot sauce and put the hot sauce in and just cut it all up and mix it around. Yeah, 13 𝙬.
Wait, oh shit. Wait, what?
I'll be right back.
Way right now. Okay. Motley's trolling.
That's where the market
Talk
buys.
about that shit right now, bro. Wait, what?
He just got inspired.
He's like,
That's like the lowest I've ever seen it in my lifetime.
I saw it in single digits a few weeks ago once.
What's that?
𝙬.
I
saw
Maybe
him
I
like
seen 8, but
yeah. I have the saddest story to tell today, because I actually had 89 T-shares end today. So very sad fact.
Wow.
Well, if you're gonna,
I know you're a long-term guy, so I
restake
know
them,
that
you get
hurts.
good way. Sorry.
I know. Hey, Louie, man.
yo,
How's that sound when we hear that, right?
18 grams, like, oh
Like,
my goodness.
I wouldn't mind having either one of those digits, like an 8 or a
Right.
9 worth of T-shirts.
Yeah, people that are like myself, I've only been
No, but they're
That's been quite a year.
precious.
So yeah, I hear 50 T-shares, and I'm just like drool. But for people that have been in it for a long time, that have maybe hundreds or thousands of T-shares, they don't. It's all relative to when you got in, right? Because there'll be people a year from now that'll be like, "Holy shit, you got 15 T-shares? What?" You know.
I ran good accounting on them, so I mean, because it's ridiculous. I mean, seriously, like I could tell you the numbers, but it just for me it's sad, where we're at, that type of thing. So I don't need the money, so I didn't dump on anybody. I didn't sell.
Well, couldn't you just
There you go. So.
It's a small amount right now. I mean,
you could totally dump. I'll buy up that cheaper price if you want to.
I'm buying. I'm a net buyer right now.
Well, couldn't you end stake and then take more that you bought, put it all together, and just restake it for whatever?
I'm waiting for. All right, so I'm waiting for a event in August with now crypto advisors.
Okay,
nice.
To get direction on things.
Well done.
Because I am not like, and I said this before, obviously earlier, but I'm not the smartest tack in the pack, so I don't understand this stuff. I don't need the money, so like I didn't dump on anybody. I'm just like, I mean, literally, I mean, if you watch a stake that goes from like $500,000, I mean, I'm being real, goes from $500,000 down to like $40,000.
That's gotta. I mean, let's all be honest.
Yeah, it feels the same when your 1,000 turns into 75 bucks too.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, so like I can run good accounting, okay, and so I'm not like creating a taxable event for myself.
Right, you're not minting,
and I'm not hurting the Hexicans, my community that I love.
You're buying yourself some more time.
I don't need the money. I mean, if you understood like the percentage, because somebody asked me like today, they're like, "Oh, so you're all at Hex now?" I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like less than 1%. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, it just doesn't matter. I'm like, what matters to me is like, I mean, like, the fact that like the thing I've learned through the Hex community and just the discipline I've learned from being in Hex is delayed gratification. I mean, I could have obviously gone back a long time ago and took $500,000 and took a $700,000 or $75,000 penalty, $76,000 actually, I think it was, and actually made more money, back if I had cashed out like months ago, right? Just early end stake. I've never done that. I've never needed to do that.
Guys, I just came face to face with some wildlife here where I
live. Is it wild?
You know how the baby deer, when they're born and they're not too street smart yet, they'll just call out for mama no matter where they are, and they go. So
plus you got like
there's one right outside of my place here. There's one right outside of my place here, and I go out to see what's going on, and I'm like, oh shit, and I start to back up, and I turn this way, and just now I was right there, the fucking skunk. I was like, oh shit, like, don't walk towards the baby deer, don't walk towards the skunk, back away.
Yeah, like maybe your neighbors are doing like a Bambi rendition out there. All you need is a rabbit and a
oh, right.
A squirrel.
What's his name? Flipper?
Is it a squirrel? That was a deer.
It's a squirrel.
A rabbit.
A rabbit, a squirrel, and a bird.
Thumper the rabbit.
Thumper. Thank you.
Daisy was a skunk, right?
Well, plus you got like Mothmans and Jersey Devils and shit out there, don't you? Those are stuff you find back east.
Hey, Mothman's got wings.
It's close though, right?
I thought the Mothman was in West Virginia.
He could fly, right?
Well, he's got wings, yeah. So I guess, hey,
honey badgers too.
Honey badger.
Look at the honey badger, bro.
And we also
honey
have,
badger don't care. Do you know
we also have roommates who don't pay any bills.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What the hell?
Reggie.
Shame on me. For
You don't
laughing
know
at
who
that.
this is. You ain't been following.
You have not seen the 4 streams. Actually, we're like 6 right now, right? Honey
Well,
Badger
it's
don't
part
care.
of my
I wanna see the
comedy
Honey
routine
Badger.
is the world's
done with
most
Reggie.
god awful ventriloquist. He's the most god awful. He thinks he's the shit, the god awful ventriloquist. But fact of the matter is, he never actually learned any techniques of ventriloquism. So, for example, god awful ventriloquist will be like, "Hello, boys and girls. How are you all doing today? I'm so glad you could join me. This is my best friend.
Honey Badger is best friends with Reggie.
Open
What
your
about
eyes,
your-
dumb shithead. We're talking about Reggie here. What do you think, Reg? Would you like to say hello to all of our friends? Oh, are you shy? Reggie, it's okay. Say something. Everybody out here is really nice. Look at all these dumb fucking crackers out here, motherfucker. Can't believe all these shitheads on this stream right now. Reggie, what are you doing? These are my people. These are my friends. You don't talk to them like that. Yeah. I'm not too impressed. Reggie, dude, come on.
Put a hand up your ass and see how.
Fuck you too, man. What? Yeah, I know what you did. What do you mean what I did? Okay. I won't say nothing then. Good. Keep it between us, would you, Reg? Yeah, I won't say nothing about that ankle grabbing hick you was hanging out with, smoking that fucking glass last. Hey, you don't need to talk like that in front of these guys making up crazy stories for everybody. That's stupid. Why would you say stuff like that? Yeah, we should talk about you some more. I'd rather we didn't, actually. Okay, could you just? You're embarrassing me. Go. Buy more Hex.
Will do, Reggie. Will do.
Buy more Hex.
The last one was really good.
So are we supposed to clap or something?
No, you're
Okay,
supposed to feel
all right.
shame, sadness, embarrassment, and horror.
He's supposed to bow when he's done, though. He didn't bow. Left stage,
Well,
right stage.
I think he's angry that I had my hand up his asshole. So
I mean,
That might.
if he ain't gonna pay rent,
he better be doing something.
you gotta work something out.
You hear that? Make me some eggs, bitch. Huh? What?
What's a red hot?
Buy more Hex.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What else can you do?
I got a better hat now, Gen Hex. So
Oh, nice.
right.
Nice.
I'm gonna start fronting the hats.
Break them out. Let's break them out.
Yeah,
I usually have my Penguins hat on.
I got the hat change going on.
See how many hats I can have to on my headset doesn't fit anymore.
All right. I'm a flip flop player, and I bought some Hex flip flops.
He's like,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the end of Mind Spray tonight. We've gotten to flip flops. We've gotten to Hex flip flops. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. And
Louis breaking it out. Wait, we gotta go back for this. And nope, that's on backwards now. Put it on right here. There we go. Got the fine feather and everything. So
Nice. Cracky. I like that hat.
Craig, that's pretty ninja, man.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yes. Just too many hats, man.
right, yeah.
Hexbreak.com.
I don't know how I became a ball cap fan, but
I find it funny that people from other countries get upset. They're like, is that a Yank thing? Why do you all have hats on indoors? I guess it's like considered rude in some countries to wear a hat indoors.
yeah, well, it's actually true, but
It's like because I'm losing my hair and I don't like the way the camera's pointing down from above my monitor at my hairline.
I understand and sympathize.
yeah, you got a
When
couple of years.
did we lose Side Effects? Did he just drop or did he say bye-bye?
I don't know. I didn't hear him for a little bit.
Ah. Yeah, because it's that way in Texas. I was going to say too. I noticed in Texas they don't dig the wearing the hats inside of a building.
Oh, in the military, you're supposed to take your hat off when you go inside a building, right?
Rumor has it.
The old folkers I recall from who grew up in like the 30s and 40s, they all like were like predominant on that, saying like take your head off at dinner and all that.
Yeah, it's actually
Dinner,
growing up, that was the thing. It's rude. For whatever reason, I was brought up like Catholic. So.
You guys remember Tom
Yeah,
Landry, the old Dallas Cowboys coach? Whenever he would play the Oilers in the Astrodome, he wouldn't wear that fedora. And when they asked him why, he said, "Well, my daddy told me you don't wear hats in the house or hats in."
When I was a kid, I mean, in fact, I remember that one time, like my dad slapped the hat off me. When I was a kid, it's like you didn't wear a hat at the dinner table. Like that was, I don't know why it was considered rude. I never understood it.
Well, I can only imagine that many days ago, you wore a hat for the reason to wear a hat would be to keep the sun and the sweat and the rain or whatever out of your face while you're working, probably outside. So if you went inside and you were to clean up, because you probably got horse shit on your hands and on your fingernails, right? So you go in to scrub up, and then you're going to sit at the table, and you probably got this nasty, sweaty, salty hat on your head you've had on all day outside working. So it was probably proper manners cleaning up to be presentable at the table, right, in front of your family, because your mom and all your sisters or your wife or all your kids or daughters, whatever, spent the last 4 hours, cooking.
Man, you really thought that through, brother.
No, I always assumed it was based in religious roots.
Yeah.
Well, because the head covering of your head. Well, there's certain religious reasons sometimes when you would cover your head.
Sure. Yeah.
Side effects.
Well, there are scriptures for that. So.
And I'm not just talking about like the Jews that wear the yarmulke. I'm talking about even other religions. I think there's times where you would or wouldn't put a covering over the top of your head.
Yeah, that's interesting because the mainstream version of that is a humility in the presence of the Godhead. But an actual point of fact through the studies of guys like Jordan Maxwell and etymology and such, that's actually another subjugation ritual, believe it or not. It's actually not just a respect or deference thing. It's actually a binding. And that's the root of the word relegar. People think it's something completely different. The root of the word for religion or religious is relegare, and that means to hold down, tie, or bind. So you tell me.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, man. Side Effect says, thanks for the mind invasion. Hey, man, we ran the gamut tonight. I mean, we went from fucking hot sauce to cleaning out the king dish to
covering your head.
The covering your head. Now, what happened to the flip-flops? I need the flip-flops. I mean, if we're going to... Holy shit, what is that?
God damn.
All right, bro, hold on. I went to go look for them, and I couldn't find them. But I bought them from HEXMerch with a couple stickers.
Dude, was he just carrying a bear?
It was a pupper cat. It was a pupper cat. Her name is Nugget, but it's a little...
Did you get her from HEXMerch, too?
No, she came from Kalamazoo.
Oh, the cat from Kalamazoo. Sounds like a children's book.
Oh, this is a new one. This is a new one, Craig. Craig, I never saw this before. My visual on StreamYard is now completely out of sync with the audio.
The web channel, the audio. I had to do that.
It's really fucked up, dude. You guys
really? Because I can see you're in sync right now.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
You're doing great now.
I mean, but you guys, who was that just talking? Jen Hex said something.
And then
that was Louis.
Oh my God. Yeah, my audio is running 15 seconds behind.
Louis was talking about his backpack, right?
My cat.
Yeah. That reminds me, this one time some friends were tripping on acid. And
just friends.
And I took my hat off like this. and I closed the back of it in, and then I put it back up to my forehead, and then I was like, "Are you guys okay?" And I was doing this back and forth, and
Jeez.
yeah,
You're messing.
13
with
seconds.
see my hairline's going bye bye.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, fuck the fuck off with that shit, dude. Like, I don't need that.
Yeah, I was sitting there talking to him, and I was
I
going
don't
like,
need that.
yeah.
That's classic.
Well, it's become obvious to me that I need some of this a wild SJ and Tic Tac Crypto and some of these sisters up in here
on your
to
channel,
actually
bro.
stick to the subject or topic matter
Yeah.
that I pick on any given night. I'll tell you that much.
I
Thanks
am-
for a great conversation about serendipitous synchronicities, soul
Yeah.
group incarnation, and your gift is your bane, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, I mean, we never actually got around the
Oh,
table.
yeah.
With that.
That's okay. I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys on a Saturday night.
I'll tell you what, SJ will bring the serendipity.
Oh,
Like,
she's a
right in.
darling. She is such a ray of sunshine, man. That girl.
No, I'm just, I'm a fan. I am impressed about what she did with Sci-Vive.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. People don't understand. It's I'm just not a fan of people just because they're, YouTubing or, Hexkins, that type of thing. This girl behind the scenes is putting in the work.
Yes,
I gotta
organizing events and shit. Good.
I gotta message her on Twitter because they're in my neck of the woods right now, and she was talking about maybe we'll do some kind of little meetup in this area.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean,
I'll come out. It's only 4 hours for me, 4.5 hours, I think.
Yeah, they're only just probably less, probably about 2 hours for me.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Pennsylvania, Ohio border, sort of. Lake Erie.
They're going to be near, pretty much on the southern coast of Lake Erie for the whole summer.
Well, shit. I'm in the Great Lakes region.
There you
I
go.
wish you would come out to the Montana region. Honestly,
oh my god, I would
freaking
love
host
that.
event.
I bet I'd love
totally
it. I bet I'd love it.
I've never been to Montana, man. I'd do it.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty awesome spot. Most people that
Yeah.
come here don't want to leave unless they can't handle the cold.
So how much?
Well-
how many warm? Okay, answer me a question. Then MT and Deckard. How many gardening months? How many gardening months?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yep, 4
You're
or
a
5.
zone. You're a zone.
4 to 5.
4.
Maybe 3.5.
Yeah, I'm in a
sometimes.
6B, 7A, and that's still too short for me.
Yeah, you grow
Yeah, you-
hard for a few months and then you ice fish and hunt for the rest of it. Or you
Yeah.
pay way too much for beef. It's your choice.
Or what you do is you grow indoors and then you put shit out. So
What do you guys usually hunt up there? Is it caribou or elk or deer or what?
Deer, elk, antelope.
deer mainly.
Oh, you got elk up again, though.
Oh yeah, we got tons of elk up here. We have bison too. If you go to
That's
certain places, you
appealing
can
to
get
me
into
from the
bison.
aspect that I'm one of those guys. It's I want to take a return, to the old ways, and I would like to only eat the meat that I myself, hunt. Otherwise, I'm still vegetarian.
I think there's a difference between people that hunt and don't really
Yeah.
need the meat, but they just do it because they want to do it, and then they do, put the meat butcher. But I would imagine if you lived in Montana, that would be a pretty big thing for you and your family for the whole year, man. We fill up your freezer full of deer meat.
I mean,
totally.
not even just from an indulgence, but saying a necessity almost. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we
Yeah.
put in a lot of work. It takes us days to process the animals after that. Get them processed
Yeah.
into cuts and
Yeah.
burger and sausage and put in the freezer properly, and then you kind of ration that out through the summer. And
Right.
right now, we're running out at my house. And I'm like, man, hunting season needs to start now because the beef's been so expensive, pork's been so expensive, everything's so expensive. We're eating more of our wild game, and we're just running out of it.
Yeah. And
my first crossbow, bro.
no, I'll say with MT is the one thing when I first came here 12, 13 years ago is the fact that I had a rule like you kill it, I'll cook it, right? It was kind of a joke with a lot of friends of mine stuff because I'm not a hunter. After the military,
Hey, if you can cook the way that you cook, you don't need to hunt it, okay? If you cook it, I'll hunt it.
It's even better if you can cook that way. Though you kill your own game, get fresh cuts.
I love the
meat,
fish.
you know how to cook it,
I
man.
love the fish and stuff. I mean, there's certain like things. I mean, it's a serious point. Is like, the reason I don't go out and shoot anything anymore is, a PTSD type thing. But like, I'm happy to cook it. Like, I'll cook it for you, like no problem, right? Like, I know how to prepare deer. I can tell you about aging elk, and like, freaking, when you age elk, it's fucking awesome. Like, the gaminess stuff is good.
Or like dry age?
Dry age elk. Yeah, I know how to do it. Like the oil wrap and the cloth changing.
Hey, you got to do it right, or that stuff turns into jerky almost.
No,
Did you guys ever do this thing with coffee grounds that takes the gamey out of the?
Never used coffee grounds.
Somebody told me coffee grounds
personally
on your venison will help.
I don't know about that. I mean, I have one specific way that we used to do it, and that's the thing is like we used to do it like for like these multimillionaires, like being a pleb back in crypto days, and like we'd do this stuff in 23-day aging on elk. When you're wrapping it and doing it like process, God, it tastes like magic. I mean, it's like it's like getting a good steak, that type of thing. It's a passion.
And part of your job as a hunter is not just going out there finding the game and shooting it, but it's also examining which animal is going to be the most prime for eating.
Right. Yeah.
And so you don't want to shoot the biggest, stinkiest buck because you want to rack. If you're hunting it for food, you're looking for the youngest yet fullest size buck you can find because he's going to have the best quality meat and the most of it.
And a lot of people,
the best one you can eat is the smallest, youngest ones. It's messed up, but they're delicious, But you don't get any meat out of them. So
nobody wants to hear that shooting Bambi.
Yeah, it's like eating veal, right? Nobody wants to hear how where the veal come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What about the fishing? What is it, just like trout or like steelhead, or what do you guys when you ice fish?
Ice fishing, it depends on where you go. Yeah, if you go to the eastern part of the state, it's warmer, muddier water, so a lot of catfish, a lot of pike, a lot of stuff like that. Paddlefish, sturgeon. But over here in our part of the state, it's mostly rainbow trout, brown trout, cutthroat.
You guys didn't lose the show at all, did you?
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay. I just got completely rugged. I'm sorry. I thought maybe it canceled the whole show.
Are you allowed to eat sturgeon? I thought they were bottom feeders or something. Aren't they protected or
certain species you can eat? I believe I don't want to quote it, but there's one species that you're allowed to keep up to a certain size. They have to be a little bit bigger than right? The ones here not so much. The biggest ones you'll find here about 6 foot.
The ones more over here by near the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
You see from
Yellowstone cutthroat trout, right? Yellowstone cutthroat trout.
Yeah, man, I love fish like trout, salmon. I really want to relocate somewhere where I can find that stuff locally because
you have to release Yellowstone cutthroat trout. So MT Coiner knows this about like Montana stuff, but up at the Innis Ranch, it used to be Steven Seagal's previous ranch that I used to cook at, and there was two millionaires and a billionaire. There's a clean, like natural fed, like not stock fed, with Yellowstone cutthroat trout. Like if you've never taken these and smoked them, like. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so good. I'm like,
yeah, we smoke tons of trout. So Canyon Ferry Lake here, we can go out and get 5 per person per day, and they're all monsters. Where's the camera?
So if Wales Only's ever smoked a trout.
Who? Wales Only? A lot of it.
I'll joke with him about that. I'm like, Wales, have you ever smoked a trout?
Sorry.
Hey guys, we're gonna cut it short here soon, but I want to say Happy Father's Day to those of you who are daddies or have spent any time, taking care of the younger ones. Hats off to all of you who have served in that capacity whatsoever. And let's remember how many out here don't have anybody, and they're looking for good dads all over the world. So if you find yourself ever with a little bit of impetus and inclination to do that kind of thing, you know, and it doesn't have to be big brothers or big sisters, guys. It could just be on a personal basis. But there are kids that need strong men with principles and values. So this one goes out to all you dads, all you would-be dads, and, you know, to the strong masculine principle that our society and world has chosen almost demonize. This is for you guys, man. Cheers to you. Keep it up. All right.
To you as well.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
agreed. So because that's we'll talk off stream, that type of thing. But one of the key principles that I've talked about, and I've said this for over 20 years, there's a lot of kids out there that people don't want.
Yeah.
And
Sadly.
if you can provide for them, like every life is worth living. God, that's a passionate thing for me. I won't talk about it now, but
Yeah, no,
sorry.
man. You know what? Our community, Deckard, I'm going to say it for everybody the fuck here. Our community is improved by your presence in it, my man. You stand for the right kind of things, and you're inspired when you talk to us, man. And I can't think of a motherfucker out here who deserves to go from the change dish to where you are now, man. You honor us all by occupying the position that you do. And I want to thank you from 𝕭𝑠child, from Mind Spray, and, you know, the community that's rallied behind me. We'd all like to thank you, Deckard. You're fucking rocking out, bro. Just keep killing it, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Bro, you're crying. I'm not crying right now. I'm glad I'm off screen because
you're kicking ass. You know, I have a couple things planned here in the next couple weeks. Craig, you, my friend, qualify for this. I'm going to do a series of presenting the presenters. I have Hex Luther lined up, who spends all of his time producing shows and interviewing other people, and he doesn't get interviewed. I'm going to interview Hex Luther, and to this same end, Gen Hex Craig, I would like to ask you if you would be a guest in that series for me, bro. I'd love to interview you for HEXICO, since you're the presenter.
Is you talking about at the same time with Hex Luther or different?
No, I would probably give you a dedicated show, you know, an hour.
No, I just asked him because if I came on with Luther, I'd make sure I didn't bring my wallet. Lock up my cell phone, and he is a villain after all.
Yes, a super villain.
Make him wear a big hat too when he comes on.
Oh, that drove me nuts.
I've been hanging out in that villain chat too. I said I've been hanging out in that villain chat too.
We got a lot of cool people, man, in the community, and then, you know, there's, like we said before, you know, there's just some that just can't help themselves. So.
Well, I see, like, there's always somebody infighting, but I'm so opposite. Like, I try to kind of get into every little subsection of the community. Not everyone, but I like to kind of just be everywhere and hanging out with everybody. I don't harbor a lot of the same hate that other people tend.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being a sentinel, okay, and hate. Because hate is childish, man. Hate's a waste of fucking time. But if you have an issue with somebody because of something that they did, or if you have an issue with somebody because you have intimately gotten or garnered knowledge that their mode, okay, is not beneficial for your nation, for your tribe, for the people you love and you care about, I'm sorry, guys, that's a little different. So I'll be happy to say there's 3 or 4 entities in HEXICO I don't get along with, and the reason that I do not, okay, is because those motherfuckers do not mean you well. So sorry, I'm not going to be the kumbaya motherfucker.
No, that makes sense, because, you know, you have a perspective that I don't, right? And so from my point of view, I don't know what that beef is. For me to
give you one. Let me just give you one. I'm not even going to name anybody. If you found out that a recognizable Hexican who's creating a product for your new chain, if you found out from somebody who you know intimately and trust that the first thing that person said to this Let's just pretend it's an OG whose word is spotless, who has never done wrong. If that person testifies, do you know the first thing that dude said to me when he came into this community was, how could we run a scam wallet address on sacrificers? Okay.
Ugh.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if I act like I have something up my ass sometimes towards some people, y'all fucking better know it's for a good goddamn motherfucking reason. And I'm not out here hating people because I got nothing better to do as a father of 4 kids. Okay.
Right.
If you hear me in public saying, I don't trust this, I got this feeling for this person, you best know I ain't telling you 85% of the fucking story.
God.
No, and that's fantastic. And it's good that you clarify that, because again, when we live in a world of like screens, we don't really know anybody. Now we got to hang out in Vegas a little bit, so that's awesome, right? You find out they're not bots. You know,
Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, I don't know about
animated
Terrapin.
drawings.
Watch Terrapin, guys. �ＨEXICO. He's got about 16 versions of himself.
There you go.
I'm just playing.
Watch him.
He might be in here right now. We don't even know.
You know, I'm a
Actually,
bot, right?
Reggie is Terrapin. I'm just gonna come out
Oh
and say
no, that would create all kind of complications. In my
it. You got
wait a
laptop
minute,
on your desk right
you
now.
work that much and you're not paying any bills? What the fuck?
You guys know I'm a bot, so I'm not real.
Deckard's a bot. Hey, Bugs, thank you, man. I'm a psychopath, bro. Yeah, don't let me catch a head full of steam on some principal talk. I done did it last episode too.
Yeah, I had to dip out for that, but I mean, there are people.
You know, that's fine.
And I talked about, it on the fucking, FN Hangout, that type of thing. But and I'm nobody. Literally, I am nobody. And I don't need to be popular.
McDonald's.
I'm the
Some guy
McDonald's
from
guy.
McDonald's.
It's some guy from McDonald's. I'm just like, honestly, like the best thing I could do in the next 2 years, this is my goal with the whole prosperity project, is take people that have nothing and move them to where they can like actually be a millionaire.
There you go, man. That's
and do it consciously and, very calculated type thing. It's actually not my calculations. I mean, it's using what I used to become like, where I'm at today.
Yeah, you were the boots on the ground who went through the blood and the sweat and the tears, came out on the other side, reasonably intact. And now you are here as your own sentinel, right? Ready to show your brothers and sisters the way home. That's fucking beautiful, brother.
I mean, if you don't believe me, if you want to talk to me in real life, I'll be at PulseCon. Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
I think I'm gonna be there.
I hope
Okay.
Maybe not at the conference.
I don't
But
want to see you, so I'll probably leave. So
I was gonna bring you a hat, but
I could see it now. I'm gonna walk into one of Deckard's bathrooms, and there in the hot tub's gonna be Craig right there. I can already see.
Just waiting for him.
no, I love
if I go,
I'll
it's
be like,
gonna
"How
be
long
me."
have you been at the conference, dude?" You're like, "Oh, I've been here about 3 days, dude. I've just been in this hot tub."
I can only afford the airplane ride here, not the one back.
I'm serious about this though. Like, this is the first time I actually, because every other Hex conference, I bought a twin size bed. So like, if anybody like didn't have a place to stay, that type of thing. Like,
Oh yeah, female. Wink, yeah.
Yeah, not even females. I'm like, bro, I'm 54.
When it comes to that kind of
Oh,
thing,
your
man,
pecker still works. Stop it.
dude, I've been on so many like canoe trips and bullshit.
Oh,
and
if you want to sleep side by side, bro, just say.
that's nuts. Nuts
Like,
to butts.
no homo.
I love my
There's
Mexican
no homo,
brothers, but I
right?
ain't spooning any of you motherfuckers.
No, but
I'll
I mean,
give
dude,
you
I've
the big
slept on
bear
so
hug.
many. I've slept on so many floors and couches and
Oh, sure, yeah, and I
fucking
have.
recliners. I mean, over the years, it's like you just don't care. You're just like, dude, I just need somewhere to sleep.
Bro, if anybody knew my background story, like it's not like pretty or I mean, and it's not like, God, look, I came from a dumpster to this type of thing. Like, literally, I'm like, I knew what was going to work, and it works. And I know it's going to work in the future. And all I want to do is share that. And then I'm like, because that's what they tell you is like, you know, like there's a lot of scammers out there and that type of thing about how you make your money. That I'm like, no, I'm like serious. So that's the whole thing by the Prosperity Project is like literally like taking 10% of your income, and in 2 years you can become a millionaire. And I'm serious about that.
You see that show? I think we were talking about this in one of the streams at one point. The show where the guy's a millionaire, and then they take him and they drop him off like in some new place with no money. He's got like,
and he wants to do it again.
1 year to make $1 million or something.
I heard about that. Yeah.
It's on like it's like, I don't know, Discovery Channel or one of those cable.
Well, Richard Hart was the first one to inspire me. I mean, honestly, I will tell anybody who's listening this long, this late in the game type thing, is I could retire right now and just go into obscurity and be happy with my life. Like, I don't need money. You know, if I wanted to cash out, I don't need hacks. I don't need anything, right? I could just like dump and be goodbye. But I'm here, okay? I'm here in the
There's a lot of brothers like you, man. I can think 20 guys off the top of my head that are in the same.
Well, I'll say this.
They could be gone.
Yeah, Matty Allen. I will say this. Matty Allen, Motley, named Redbeard. Brand is awesome. God, don't make me like podgies in my pants type thing. I really love Brand because he was the first guy I connected with in Hex at the very first Hex meetup. I want to tell people, like, listen to me and listen to this. Like, if you take 10% of your income and you invest it into the proper crypto, I mean, you know, your choice. I'm not giving financial advice and telling you, but you will be a millionaire in 2 years. And so if I could get 1 or 2 people to follow my channel on the Prosperity Project that I'm doing on Twitter, I'm serious. I'm launching this. I'm doing it.
Hey, Louis, close that mic, man. I'm sorry. Let me close.
There's no money you can give me. I don't want your money, right? Like, there's no like thing you can sign up for and like get in my private DMs or whatever. I'm not doing it for that fact. I actually went back to work, and I'll do it for 2 years for the fact of like, I know like I can take somebody that is like the same way I was with nothing, like paycheck to paycheck. I'll tell people.
Inspiring, my brother, especially from my position. If you're saying 2 years, 10%, I mean, I'm a year through it, 15 months into it. So
I think
I'm excited.
I think everybody, if they can, they should read or listen to The Richest Man in Babylon. Yeah, I think
that's exactly
just like
the
principles.
way I'm operating the book.
Yeah, just an anecdotal book of just kind of like stuff when you listen to it, you're like, well, shit, why didn't I think of that? Or that makes sense, or that sounds right. Or like there's nothing crazy in that book to make you be like, well, this is a new concept. I mean, it's just a lot of smart shit that I think everybody should hear when it comes to your money.
I appreciate you saying that because that's the whole basis of the project.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Off The Richest Man in Babylon. If you go to, now, can I chill it out or?
No, go right ahead, please, by all means.
Okay. So like follow me, or if you don't follow me, it's at Crypto Cash 2022. You can go find me on Twitter. I'm HexX16. I've always been HexX16. Been HexX16 since 1995.
Crypto Cash 2026. Is that what you said?
2022.
2022. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Crypto Cash 2022.
And that would be your Twitter handle, right?
That's the one for the Prosperity Project. And so basically what I'm doing in this thought experiment is taking 10% of every portion of the income I earn and investing it into crypto. And, I mean, I'll have projects, or I'll tell people what I invest in. I mean, obviously, we don't have Pulse Chain, we don't have Pulse X, so there's no sacrifice things. But what we do have is we have Hex, we have, even Pulse Doge. I mean, you can go look at. I will post.
Is that still
everything
going
online.
on, by the way?
Yeah, 100%.
I guess I should do that.
Well, do it or don't do it. But
Mhm.
my whole point is take 10% of your income and invest it.
Well,
And then
I can't in my life position, I can't fucking leave free money on the table. I mean, if
I
I'm
know, I
here,
get it.
yeah. And the only thing that
But-
sucks is like, what are we at? 3-digit Ethereum now, and I still can't afford gas.
I will tell you this. I will tell you this, and I'll be hard case about this, like Richard for the 11K aspect. If you can't take 10% of your income, I don't care if you earn $100, if you earn $1,000 or $10,000 every paycheck. If you earn $1 every paycheck, if you can't take 10 cents and invest it or set it aside to invest it into earning yield asset, well, you're just fucking lying to me and just don't talk to me. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah,
So
because
if
that's
you
not
earn
taking any responsibility for your own destiny or anything. And I get
10%
that.
of
Yeah.
everything you earn is yours to keep. 10% of everything you earn is yours to keep. What you choose to do with that is a different story. But if you earn it, if you invest it into a yield earning asset, you will make fucking money
There it
in
is.
3 to 5 years.
Hey guys, I added up all my iced coffees during the week. I was like, this is retarded, Ian. You know, like, dude, seriously. Guess what?
Seriously.
Guess what? All I do now is I take my sauce pot and I brew up a big ass pot of coffee on Sunday and I fill up
Yeah.
Mason fucking jars. And guess what? I'm not spending $3.50 fucking 9-10 times a week. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Hey, guess what I do?
it says is doable.
Guess what I do? Do you know what I do every morning when I wake up? Rather than go out and spend $5 on a cup of coffee,
Right.
I do a pour over. I love it. I have a
Nice.
teapot that somebody gave me for free, and I take that hot teapot and I pour it over. It's called a pour over for this $8 thing I bought in Walla Walla.
Mhm.
I think it's like Walla Walla or something like that. It was
Yeah.
we went to some wine factory.
Walla Walla,
And-
Washington.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
went to this guy's. This guy was like Rodney Dangerfield. Fucking. So he invited. I was cooking back at the time, and he invited us out there to do this fucking whole shit show for his friends and investors and his wine and the whole bit, and do this big. Hey, okay. I won't get into it because we're wrapping up. I served these guys duck tongue, like a package of duck tongue, in buffalo sauce, hot sauce. Fucking call it culinary, bro. Like, but I've had that thing ever since. That's what I do. I don't go out and buy, coffee at $5 at some
Frivolous
place.
stuff, right? I get you. That's awesome. Listen, we are going to drill down on HEXDEX Prosperity Project here in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks on Mind Spray. That's a guarantee. We're going to do presenting the presenters. And then, Wild SJ and I have talked. We're trying to get crypto or cosmic, rather, Cowboy. I was working on Waters Above a little bit. It remains to be seen whether I can swing that. But my point in saying all this, guys, is we have some big plans, and we're gaining subscribers every week. We're gaining views every week. So it's not parabola, but it's still upward and onward. And I want to thank everybody who came through, not only in this live stream, not only the concurrent viewers, my friends, but as soon as I shut this thing off and it goes into YouTube as an archived program, I've been grinning ear to ear the next morning when I wake up, and I'm seeing 50, 70, 100 views. I mean, it's really satisfying. So I want to thank everybody for their support. We have a donation address, which is an ERC20 wallet in the show description. We also have some dirty fiat options with Cash App and Venmo. The kids and I, the channel, the show, and the future dreams for the content creation. They're all in that wheelhouse, and we're very, very appreciative for anybody who can spare it that puts it towards that. We're going to have a nice we're going to have a nice kind of round table of our donors or supporters. I'm going to give everybody who's done a little something in the last, few months. We're going to give everybody who will allow me to do so, because I'm not going to, if somebody said they want to be anonymous, I'm not going to blow their cover, but we're going to recognize everybody who's given to the program. Lastly, we have all my contact information over there. So if anybody wants to reach out to me about any of this wacky jazz 𝕂𝕬𝕗 speaks about, you're more than welcome. I am not the guy, you'll notice, who it says, I never DM you, you never DM me, and never the twain shall meet. I actually have met probably 24 really awesome and valuable people by taking cold call DMs. I wouldn't recommend everybody do that. You better be very, very smart and educated about your crypto game if you're going to take some cold call DMs the way that I do. But yeah, you can contact me, please. Guys, I want to thank everybody. Let's start off with Louis. Louis, man, how long you been in HEXICO, brother?
At least since November 2021.
Beautiful, my friend. Well, we're glad that not only that you're here and that you decided to get on stream, dude. That's awesome. It's like expediting your education, bro.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, dude.
Well, thanks for saying smart shit.
Esoteric knowledge, man. Jordan Maxwell was the G.
You got that, my friend. Amen to that.
Amen.
All right. Side effects. He was in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out. And then I thought, well, I guess he's trying to practice some kind of artistic copulation on a live stream. He went in and out so often, but right now he's out. And I just want to thank Chris, for his moral support and his wisdom, and for being a fellow, underground kind of musician. I'm looking forward to working with him here in the future. So big up Side Effects. Hex, Deck 16. What can I say, man? You were so very, very kind to me right out of the gate, and I appreciated your support, and I look forward to future collaborations, my dude. Gen Hex.
Yeah, man.
I got a soft spot in my heart for you, man, because you're a yinzer.
It's probably the only time I've ever heard that.
Black and gold, baby, right?
Oh, no. Black and yellow.
Oh, that's that's not the way we say it.
I know.
Black and gold.
and
then,
don't forget, 𝙀 is in the teens, and Hex is back at 3 cents. So
Can I
think
show?
it's time for me to start looking in the couch cushions for some fucking 𝙀.
Great.
Can I show two things, though?
Yeah, can I just say goodbye to our last guest real quick?
Absolutely, 100%.
MC Coiner, my man. Dude, you too.
I don't like that guy either.
Thanks for coming in the powwow when I invited you. Thank you for all your kind words. You don't even know, MT Coiner, how much you kind of lifted me up and gave me a little boost of confidence when I was kind of breaking into this thing. So thanks a lot, MT Coiner.
Yeah, thanks for having me in, man. I'm probably always gonna be around here.
Yeah.
Well, brother,
been hanging out with you guys since a year before Hex existed. So. And we're still just staking and chilling, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Because we joke every week. We say, "Whoa, we're going to be here for 15 years," but then we don't tell everybody that week we made another 15-year stake. So it's always 15 fucking years. Everybody in the chat, God, it's hard because I got so much love for you. But while the numbers are low, I can try. TB Bishop. Terrafin, number 6, 7, or 8, also is known as the Hexbollah. Ace 555555555 Ace. We love you, man. T-Bird. What up? Another conspiracy analyst. Bugs, my man. Side effects we talked about. Gen Hex, we already said thank you. Let's see. I know earlier we had Dingo's been supporting for real. I don't know what happened to Children of the Grave. We missed him, but I'm sure he'll be back. Motley, Motley is one of these upper tier motherfuckers who has continually been poking his head in on me just to say hi. His partner Wendy for Tendies does the same thing with me.
He's awesome, Wendy's
personal level. Yeah, you wouldn't know it. Because Wendy's, he's smart as a whip, and he could chop you off at your knees, but he's got the biggest heart Wendy's for Tendies does, man. So I want to give a shout out to those guys in their Legion VC, which I was fortunate enough to become a part of. Thomas Turner, I just gotta say, dude, thank you, man. Just thank you for everything you are, everything you do. Thomas Turner and Craig always confused me because they both are Gen Hexes. I thought you guys had a club actually at one point, but
His Twitter's Gen Hexer, I think, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I just knew him as Thomas, and then when I talked to him on Twitter, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I just call him TT.
Gen
But,
Hex, he's a cult, so don't follow him.
There's
Don't
Gen Hex
subscribe,
Young too.
don't-
Don't forget him.
Yeah,
Gen
don't-
Hex Young.
Yeah, no, just you. Don't look at his streams. Like, stop watching. And
Now,
just-
listen, Rags already has the do not subscribe.
No,
thing.
I'm just teasing him.
Oh, and I forgot Blaine. Blaine stopped through too. So listen, next stream, let's get some of that feminine energy up in here because it was a sausage fest in this one.
Yeah, I probably won't come
Right.
on here unless you can honestly get SJ here. Because,
I
you know-
got you. That's my girl. She's gonna come. Her and Side Effects will come, and maybe we'll even drag Mr. Kool-Aid along for that ride too.
If you get SJ and
Mhm.
Kool-Aid,
Mhm.
I will be impressed.
Okay.
So
I-
impress me.
I'm gonna
Please.
impress you then, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Hey guys, thanks again. And to everybody, thank you for supporting the Mind Spray. One more time, let me say it. Happy fucking Father's Day. I know it's a Hallmark holiday, but hey, the men, we need something. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Bless you guys. Be well. Until next time, Lost Child and Squadron, be out.